Hey guys, welcome into the Zone Control League's match night for Sunday. We were actually wondering if we were going to get enough players on just because of the holidays, and it looks like attendance is great. We're going to be able to roll some games. They're getting things queued up right now. This is Draconis. Joined with me
Yo,
today
Draconis,
is
Draconis.
yes.
Can you let Czech Putin play in Czech Putin for Pro League? He's an old school player.
You'll have to definitely have Cyrus add them in for that
Okay.
one right now. But join with me today, guys. As you just heard, is Sofa King. Sofa King's going to be helping me co-cast these games going on tonight. So, looking forward to. We got Zeteo that's getting ready to queue up. Fred's getting ready to queue up. We got ILikeSports. If you know ILikeSports, we got Kirto, which we don't see Kirto too much on here, so it's really good. And then making their grand re-entrance, BangBoogie, he's queuing up for tonight's matches as well. Uh, so looking forward to it. If you guys haven't checked it out, check out zcleagues.com. We have all our player stats on here. So looking through, we're getting ready. Uh, we're getting ready to end up the first season right now. And if I was to pull up the stats and look at the first season, so far the leader that we have is Trigger. Trigger's leading 28 matches in, not counting today, 24 points. And then followed by Groot, which has not been on lately, but I think he's meeting the minimums. He's got 9 points, and then Time Traveler, which a lot of you guys know as Fred, in third place with 8 points. So next Sunday, what we are planning to do is to go into the playoff season. How that's going to work is the top 4 players will roll into a 1v1 v1 v1. Whoever wins from that free-for-all match is going to advance to a 1 versus 1 with the point leader. So in this case, Trigger is the point leader. He's in it for sure. He's going to also be in that free-for-all match. If he wins the free-for-all match, he is the overall victor. If he does not win the free-for-all match, it will go to that 1v1 match with the winner from there. So we're going to have 2 great games that are really going to wrap up the first season. And I'll tell you, I am looking forward to the second season coming up. This first one, a lot of learnings that we've had. It's been kind of
Yeah.
an evolution, so to speak. Um, what's your predictions going into the second season there, Sofa? Is it going to be
Um,
Trigger all the way again, or with the reset, are we going to start seeing some other people climb back up on
I
the
don't know.
leaderboards?
I think that I think the best player that I see that's gonna come in for season two. I know he's not participating in this season, but he's gotten to a really high level, and that's Goblin. He's an EU professional StarCraft 2 player. He goes by EG Disruptor. I think
Okay.
you'll occasionally see him in games, but I've been seeing him. Like I watched him last night win a 4v1 on like 4 bunkers, and they never stopped 4v1.
Hey, Draconis, you ready?
I am
Yeah.
ready.
Okay, so how do we do this? Just you want to just kind of start it up, or
Yep. Randomize the teams and then hit match start.
that's
Yo,
That's
it?
the command. That's it.
Putin wants to check in.
Hey, Sofa, you know the rules, man. This is the same thing we had like issue like 2 or 3 weeks ago, man. Why do you ask for it?
All right, we are back on. Looks like they're getting ready to queue up the matches. I'm pulling up a. We're going to be starting here just momentarily, guys.
I got rolled out. Do you guys mind if I join you?
Yep, definitely.
Not at all.
So is there anything new? Or that loading screen looks awesome.
we are live right now too, so just a
That's
heads
awesome.
up.
I was about to drop in some profanity there and say how good it was, but I figured we were live. Who's the is that a ghost?
That's a ghost, and I found this off DeviantArt. If you guys like the picture, a link to the artist down at the bottom. It looks like the licenses for to use, especially for not commercial. But hey, if you are the artist and you see this, let us know. But your credit is in there. All right, we got the match starting up right now, guys. Adamondioman and CyrusDaVirus get rolled onto a team. Second team is going to be LewsTherin and Bang. Third team, Kirto and Sports, and fourth team is going to be Time Traveler and Zeteo. Those are pretty strong matchups. What do you guys think of the team so far? Is there any one particular thing or particular team that stands out for you guys?
Cyrus and Adam look pretty strong going into this one, I'd say. Just with Cyrus landing Fred, I know that's gonna, with Fred murking so early, and Cyrus is like very, very good early game. I think that's going to be a lot of trouble for Fred, and Cyrus could get a pretty good score just from that. I don't know. I'm looking at the lane matchups. It's Adam against BangBoogie. I think that Adam also wins that matchup. So like just in lane matchups,
Adam versus Bang or lose.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to interrupt real fast, but Draconis, it's Bang match space start.
I already got it. You're good to go.
Okay, sorry about that. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I really like Cyrus and Adam here. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as the game, like what actually happens in the game. But if I were to pick one team that I think will just be the favorites, I actually don't know if they'll win, but will just be dominantly ahead early on. I think Cyrus and Adam will be that team.
I think we got to replay the sort of who's in what position. For some reason, the team landings doesn't match.
Correct. Yeah, and that's one thing that we're going to be fixing up right now. The teams are correct. The team landings might not be correct. We'll announce it once we go on. But it gives you an idea of what the match startup will be. We're actually in the loading screen of the game right now, so as soon as it loads up, we'll transition over there. Meanwhile, Zeteo 14 wins going into it, and Fred with his 9 wins. That's a strong team right there. Looking in the other teams, Adam not playing as much, but he's a good player. So yeah, I think the Adam and Cyrus team is definitely going to be a strong one right now. Sports I know is a good player, but I don't know too much about Kirto. If any of you guys know anything with Kirto.
Kirto is a Z Mercy player that's pretty decent. Like he's not awful. He's not great either though. Like he's I don't know. I'd probably put him at the same skill level. He doesn't play very many pubs, so he actually dodges me in pubs. So I actually don't get to see him play that often. I didn't know he was 2009 Elo. I haven't seen him play in a couple months because he dodges me in pubs.
I haven't seen him in a while either. I think
he doesn't like playing against me whenever I've never really played against him.
Well,
he dodges me in pubs.
Yeah, let's see how him and Sports do. So just to reconfirm teams, in the top left, we got Sports and Kirto. Top right, we have Fred and Zeteo. Bottom right, CyrusDaVirus, Adam. Right, and bottom left, LewsTherin and BangBoogie.
Zeteo just got fed super hard by Kirto and ILikeSports. It was less than ideal, the fight that they took, and it's showing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think if you have a look at sort of the way the Elos sit, then Team 1 is pretty well favored for this game. But like you, Drac, I haven't seen Kirto play much at all, so I'm not sure who he is. Or
ILikeSports is a really, really solid player, though. He's been really good for a really long time. I think he's a really, really good, talented player. I think he's in a bit of a slump right now.
I think Sports is one of those players. Sports is one of those players that one of his biggest assets, besides knowing how to play the game, is how well he works as a team member. So having him on your team, I think, is really good. He knows how to try out some new strategies. He kind of reminds me of playing with Ambi in terms of the team dynamic.
Here he goes. He's going to get a really good fight against LewsTherin if you're looking up in the top left. Like, I think that is about as good as he could have hoped for. Like, that was a very, very strong fight.
Yeah, it looks like Zeteo is making short work.
Zeteo
Kirto
is really, really destroying Kirto. It doesn't look that close. Oh, and look at the mineral palette. Is Zeteo going to get it? No, Fred's going to take that. Wait.
Kirto gets one of his own too, so
yeah, and Fred took that one. Honestly, and Kirto just found another one. Kirto could, if he needs to remax, he needs to wait until he's maxed again. I like that they're both at 2224 because we can really see when they after they remax. Oh no, Zeteo's got different upgrades. He's 32034.
Whoa, first nuke goes down for the game.
Yeah, and see, that's something I know Cyrus really likes to do is the early nuke to gain control of the lane and then just really just snowball from there and get high score really quickly. But it is a big risk because sometimes, and that's a huge nuke from Kirto. His score jumps right up. Zeteo is still doing really, really well, but that's good. That'll definitely help him get back in. Oh, man.
Look at this. Sports completely cut off.
Cut off very, very hard.
I like how he's going to the bottom. He's looking for the SCV. The SCV is going to get it.
Nice.
But not on everyone there.
So in that scenario, Drac, he had like 5 Marines up top, and he sent his major army to the nuke.
Oh, this is not a fight you want to lose.
Agreed. Yeah, I like what Sports was doing there. He minimized the impact that was had. First instinct for everyone's like, oh my gosh, let me get back to the bunker. But you always have to be cognizant of that nuke there.
Yeah, and sending 5 units to go meet the SCB as opposed to the larger mass of the armies probably would have been a better play there.
I think as soon as he saw the SCV, he should try to snipe it. I think he could have sniped that SCV. I honestly think that he had time to snipe that.
But I think at this level, when you go and make a move like that and you don't see an army, you're going to get cut off from the back. So you're waiting there, ready to cast that nuke.
Yeah, I know, but I think that SCV could have been sniped a little quicker.
I've done that in the past, and if you go in with like say 5-10 units, they don't really look to see how many units are coming. They want to get that nuke off before it gets sniped, so they quickly nuke. They get 5-10 units, and you go in with the rest of your army and clean them out.
What do you guys think of the upgrades that we're seeing out of here, especially Kirto and Zeteo? I'm trying to figure out, well, not Kirto, so to speak, but ILikeSports and Zeteo have a very similar upgrade strategy right now, and it's completely different than what I normally see them play at.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's coming down to counter. They're looking at countering. If you look at Kirto's trying to counter the ups that Zeteo has.
And range, like I really don't like the lack of range, because when you have the lack of range, it means that your army's always going to lose when you're fighting on the exterior, like standpoint. Like it gives you it range helps you so much if you are pulling back your units as a micro, like how you micro units really ranges it. And then if you're going more attack and armor heavy, you have to stutter your units in, and I feel like you get a lot less value with smaller armies. You really have to have
overextension here from Zeteo. I thought he was going to have a very similar thing there. What happened with Sports? He cuts off Kirto, but he doesn't have his SCV in position to drop the nuke, and Kirto just simply sandwiches him. It was a very favorable position right there.
Kirto's now expanding. Kirto is now expanding. He's going to be in a very good position. And he's in third place right now. He's in a very strong position. And
I don't think he needed to take that Marine bunker though. I think he has one on Zeteo. He could have definitely taken a Reaper spot.
So Cyrus is about to have his Reaper bunker, which is huge, because that's going to give them so much early map control, and I think they're going to push over to BangBoogie.
Yeah, and that's because Adam's going to build now as well. So he was sitting at 1200 for a bit, waiting for Cyrus's bunker to finish, which is a really good idea. You don't want both of you to be building at the same time, because if you both have to cancel, it really sets you back.
Yeah. Oh, and Fred's bunker's going down.
Fred's lucky because he's got a nuke there. Yeah. Cyrus keeping that army split. He knows the nuke is coming. Oh, he's going to lose it. He's going to cancel. Oh, that was way too close. That was a risky nuke, and I think Cyrus pushing on that, getting nuked, might actually set Adam back here. Adam does have his nuke, so he may be able to defend that.
I think Cyrus, with the extra production from the Reapers, he has enough help for Adam. But Adam should not be pushing in like this, and Cyrus is not close enough.
So here's where the dynamic's really going to come to play. So you've got Bang there with a Reaper, and you've got Adam with 2 Marines. And if you look at the score, Adam is that's only 100 away, but you may see a shift here in terms of the dynamic between the two, purely because of the Reapers versus the Marines.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Reapers are really good against Marines until you're against Stim.
Yeah.
As soon as the Marines get Stim and like the core upgrades they need, as soon as you really have Stim with like a good Marine ball, you snowball. You can snowball extremely quickly.
Look at this in the bottom left here. We got the two teams trying to cancel this bunker, fighting each other here. Instead of focusing down the bunker, I'm trying to figure out if Adam actually wants the bunker to go up or not. They're not letting each other in to try to put pressure here on Lews's bunker.
I think he just wants to deny. He wants to deny the SCV snipes. Because the SCV snipes is so many minerals, and let's take a look at the score. Kirto is
so this bunker could actually go down if they push it. I mean, Sports does have his nuke, and so does Adam. If they go in there and play that right, that bunker will go down. But I think they're laying off.
I think they can be pretty happy with where their lane situation is, and killing one of their lanes this early in the game really destabilizes the game, and they would effectively be killing one of their lanes. And
you don't think that they should finish a lane off quickly? There was some discussion around whether or not you should feed on your lane or finish them off.
I think it's very situational. If you're in a really strong spot in the game, then it may make sense to keep not killing your lane off, but then scout. But if you have the opportunity to maybe go for it, I don't know. I think it's very situational. I think right now, going for a bunker kill like that would stifle each other's economies so much already. Like, LewsTherin's already at 1,600. He would just effectively become a mole player that would sit behind his bunker. I think he'd have to get completely killed off, or else they just wouldn't have money from the lane. I don't know. It's situational. I don't think it would be the best idea, but judging by how he's fighting right now, just super campy, not really doing much, it would probably actually be their best option just to kill him, because they're not getting much feed from him anyway.
All right, so for scoreboard update, guys, we got CyrusDaVirus in first place, Adam in second place, Kirto, man, he's doing good. He's in third, 2,800 points. In his lane, Zeteo, almost towards the bottom of the leaderboard, but still not that much of a gap. No one team with the crazy lead. The only thing is with Adam and Cyrus both being top score positions on the same team, it's going to be a strong one for them. Sometimes, though, and I don't know if you guys have a feeling, I don't want to be the top two in the scoreboard, especially this early on.
No, that's true. But at the moment, it's still very, very close. You don't see anyone with like a massive lead. It's only a couple hundred here and there. Between first and last place is only 800 minerals.
Fred's in big trouble here. He could lose his bunker, possibly.
Cyrus doesn't want to kill it, I don't think.
Does he have his nuke? No, he does not have his nuke.
Cyrus is right now so happy just feeding off Fred that
Yeah,
and
and
look,
when I said he was in
honestly,
trouble the first time, the bunker was empty. He was he was pop shotting it. I thought maybe he would try to go for the snipe, but he went instead, like you said, feed on that Merc Reaper bunker.
but
And
honestly, is Fred that far? Like the scoreboard, Fred actually there's only a 500. Oh, no, there's 700 difference. Yeah, Fred's. It's starting to snowball, but like with a lot of these lanes, like the difference between last and first is 1,200, which isn't that much considering like.
Yeah, drop down a Rorder bunker and you'll take that lead, from last to first. Cyrus dropping down the first, third bunker of the game. So I actually like what Zeteo did here. So if you look at Kirto was really dominating his lane. Zeteo didn't actually go. And from my experience with Zeteo, generally he does like to go reaps, and I think he decided not to go reaps because he didn't want to give that extra 5 bounty on the kill. I think it was a good play. I personally don't like that, but dropping a second marine bunk before the reap. But yeah, I mean I think it's working out for him because he feeds less.
Yeah. Well, I do want to talk about Cyrus's third bunker right now with the third taking the marine. That's something I've started to really like doing.
At that position, or do you usually go one up?
I like the pocket position just because it's so secure, it's so safe. When you go one up, it becomes really, really hard. It's hard to defend, and I feel like you really like to effectively hold a 2v1. You need 3 bunkers, and they're probably going to 2v1 your third most likely.
I think it's if it's a 2v1 and if your lane's doing fine, it's good to expand out. The reason I say that is because that triangle structure, that triangle formation of those 3 bunks is better to defend than that little right angle because it's if you look at how like units will surround your bunker, it's easier. Like you'll get 2 bunker full loads attacking as opposed to just 1. Like if they come around the corner here, that back bunker is not going to really help you out. Here comes the Rod. Actually, I didn't even say that, but the Rod bunker does build.
Yep, it goes down. That's going to be the first rods on building. And you know what? A lot of people saw it, but no one really called it out, and no one really, really focused on denying it there, which I thought was pretty surprising. Usually,
I think that ILikeSports doesn't care because he sees LewsTherin's last points, and LewsTherin had to deny himself a lot of upgrades to get those Marauders up, and ILikeSports is abusing it. ILikeSports decided to go the Merking route. He still has his nuke. He's in first place. He's still got a nuke. This is feed for him. He's like, yeah, give me an extra bunker of production right here.
Yeah, and I mean, I think even if Lewis does Merc his rods, he's going to get eaten up by those Merc Marines.
So far behind, ILikeSports. Like he's on an entire more bunker of production. So ILikeSports has a 3,000 upgrade lead. You have to look at it as a 3,000 upgrade lead when they're fighting in straight up engagements. Yes, LewsTherin has more production, but 3,000 more points and upgrades is such a difference.
Yeah, I was watching it too. It looked like those Marauders definitely were not helping his tankability there. They're dying just as quick.
Yeah, unless he mercs them, he's not going to get that armor advantage that he wants to get against the Reaps. But even so, even with the advantage against the Reaps, those Marines he does not get an advantage on.
And look at this mineral palette. ILikeSports is going to see it too. Oh man, he's going to see the mineral palette right there. He's shooting up in score.
So
ILikeSports.
I mean, I'm sorry, Sofa. I'm assuming you don't like this bunker then from ILikeSports?
It's situational. It's situationally good because he's dominating, but I don't know. I do think it's exposed.
It is a little exposed, but the benefit of getting the extra 20 supply if you get those upgraded supply depots there. Plus, as I was saying, like sure, if you get one team coming down here focusing on that bunk, your Reaper bunker's not doing much, but generally they're going to come across like that, and both of your bunkers are going to be able to help you out in the defense. It's just a stronger structure.
Still a lot of feeding. We got over 7,000 points on the board now. No bunkers have fallen yet either. That's a little surprising. Usually by that score, you see at least one bunker go down.
Yeah, well, it's turning to be a pretty defensive game.
I'm kind of interested in Fred's strategy here because I'm not usually one to see Fred play a big Reap build. He's the only one who's thrown down a second Reaper. Most people are playing Marines or going in for the Rords. But I think if he's trying to counter Cyrus's Marine build here, and possibly play Reaps.
Yeah, for Cyrus to get Marauders, he is definitely going to have to take the second lane. He's got the shield tower there ready for it. See, resources wise,
he had it and he went for another Marine.
Yep, you're right. He just dropped the Marine. Oh,
which
Fred
I think will work
it.
out good for Fred.
Yep.
It could work out good for Fred. I mean, he is about 1,500 behind. But from an upgrade point of view, he does dominate him on range. He's got 4 extra range than Cyrus.
And I wonder why Cyrus then did not go.
Range doesn't snowball until you have 6.
I'm curious why he did not go Marauders in this case, that he sees that he's got the second Reaper bunker now. I wonder if he's afraid that if they get 2 Marauders, that all the focus of the map's going to, shift to him.
That's true.
That's
a lot of people get scared. A lot of people get scared when they see 2 Marauders on a team. And I think Fred's got a good advantage here, and it could also be his downfall as well. But having 2, he's gone for his second Merc Reaps against no Merking from Cyrus actually gives him a little bit of an advantage, even though he's a little bit behind.
Oh, he's so far behind. He's cutting so many upgrades to get that it's just he's got similar upgrades, but Cyrus has got the extra bunk. I'm interested to see how it's going to play out. I hope they come out of their shield towers and fight each other. I really hope Kirto starts pressuring Sports, so he can start getting some of that feed. Because Zeteo, that's Zeteo, it's Zeteo. I call it Zeteo Sports. Or Sport, yeah.
Well, what's interesting here is that Zeteo has now taken the lead on Kirto, and the only difference here is you've got Zeteo with no Merc, and you've got Kirto with Merc. But I think the
Zeteo
difference
has
here
a
is
lot of
that
range.
Zeteo went Stim.
The difference here is that Zeteo is coming and fighting Cyrus, and in the time that Zeteo is coming and fighting Cyrus, Kirto is forced to go across the map and try and fight Adam, which is like an awful fight for him. Or he's fighting like this fight against BangBoogie. He might actually get some minerals here. Oh,
there goes the bunk.
ILikeSports is going to get a bunk off of LewsTherin, and that is trouble.
Yeah, it looks like we could have a second one. I mean, the nuke is there. It's primed. It's ready. I'm surprised he hasn't dropped the nuke yet.
He doesn't have
Cyrus
to.
is getting ready for a snipe or something here. I'm not sure why he's just sitting there, but I think he's going to try rush a bunk. He drops a ping telling Adam to come on his side. They're getting ready for a gang up here. The top right, the one thing they're missing right now is a sensor tower. So I think because Fred's in the sensor, they're waiting. Oh no, they still went. They might take this bunk.
Yeah, they're totally
cut off, not able to do anything.
Sure.
They're going to take down this bunk. Very good timing because Zeteo got pushed back. Nothing he could do there. Adam will take this kill. Adam gets it. Not just that, but two turrets gone down there from Fred. That's really going to hurt.
Well, Fred recognizes this is more about survival now and less about score cost efficiency. He's not playing to be cost efficient with his spending. He's staying to survive and hope to play the diplomatic game to come out on top. So
Cyrus has lined up his Rod bunk here. He's going to drop it down.
And Kirto is very close to this, so he's going to scout it immediately. And
no callouts.
ILikeSports has also seen it, so he knows it's going up. Or it's Zeteo. I keep calling. I'm so used to ILikeSports playing Zeteo's card.
Adam comes in to help. I think he could be deadly here. No, he goes back. I think Cyrus was going to have to cancel that bunker.
Still might need to. Adam's definitely away from it, so Cyrus has to hold this by himself.
No, Adam's going to come in right now. Oh yeah,
Yeah, but that might cost him though. There's only it's no point trying to save that bunk and lose a bunk in the back. But
Adam
does
still
have
has
a nuke.
a nuke.
Yeah.
And he's in first place. And yeah, I see Cyrus
Sports also has his nuke still.
And Sports. The only problem is Kirto's so far behind now. Adam is just so strong. He can absolutely bully the two of these guys, especially because he doesn't know this, but Lewis is on one less bunker, so he really is no help to BangBoogie versus this ball of Adam.
And this is the thing. This is the thing with the discussion we're having before around whether or not you should kill your lane or just feed off him. If you're going to kill your lane, don't take out one bunker because you've now just effectively cut your feed into a third. I mean, like, he had 3 bunkers. Now he's only got 2 resupplying. So you're not getting that much feed. So finish him off and then go somewhere else to feed is the only way to play that.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I think it's pretty situational. It depends. It depends. Like, if you want to use your nuke, like they would have had to use a nuke to kill.
Power play coming here at the bottom here. Adam just throws the turret. He's got his SCV with the nuke standing by. Looks like he wants to push on BangBoogie.
He pulls back. He's going to drop a nuke. If Lewis comes down, he does not.
Yeah, BangBoogie bunkers up there. I wonder if he misread that situation and dropped that turret prematurely there, because he decided real quick after doing it, hey, I don't want to continue this push.
And ILikeSports is taking a Marauder bunker. So this is huge. He's already got the 2 supply depots, and that'll allow him to get 2 more supply depots.
Yeah, not sure if I'm a fan of them doing it at the exact same time. Like, literally, they dropped it within a second of each other.
It's pretty risky.
See, and there goes the call up from top right, double rods, top left, and I mean, instead of one person getting one, now no one's going to get any.
Yeah, I think top left's in a very bad situation right now.
I think they're going to hold this for sure. I think this is a hold. Like, already, one of them's already up. ILikeSports has a nuke, so if he really wants to, he can nuke this to secure it. I don't know. I don't mind his position, and like, I think he probably might nuke this to secure it, and I think he's probably going to get it up. Yep. And while they've been doing this, guess who's shooting up in score? Your boy Kirto. Your boy Kirto is now in 4th place. So honestly, that actually ended up working out pretty well for them. I think a large part of it was because Cyrus came down and was like fucking with BangBoogie and shit for like the first half of it. I don't know, a couple different factors, but they get secured, and now they're in a pretty strong position.
Well, Cyrus gets his Rauder bunk down. He also dropped down 2 supply depots there as well. He's murked his forward marine. He's murking his Rauder bunk there as well. Fred's in a can't do anything right now. He's just playing turtle. What do you do? The guy's got five bunkers and 2 supply, and you're sitting on 2. There's nothing you can do there.
Yeah. This is really one of the reasons why in a lot of pro games, some of me and Trigger like to do this, and not that many other people like to stay on like 2 or 3 bunkers as long as we possibly can, because it just means everyone is going to trade with us because they think it'll be an okay trade because they have a reasonably like similar supply, but it's not, because our upgrades are just stupidly high.
Yeah, no, I'm of the same theory there, because if you got 5 bunkers, right, and you lose one, you lose 1,000. If you got 3 bunkers, you can defend it better with more upgrades, and your upgrades will never disappear even when your units die. So it's a better investment to throw the money in upgrades. You don't need that much resupply if you've got the upgrade, especially if you got range. Yeah. You spam the range, and good ping there. We can see Fred throwing down a tank, first one of the game.
Yeah, first tank of the game. So you think they're going to do a tank push on Cyrus and...
No. I think Fred realizes that his units are completely irrelevant right now. He cannot match Cyrus, so he's just going to help Zeteo by playing defensive tank. I don't think they're in any position to push anyone right now because both of them are relatively low. There's a ping here from Cyrus to go in and snipe ILikeSports' bunk. They're going in for it now.
They're going to get it.
Get it.
Yeah, they're going to get it.
Oh,
Nuke goes
there's
down.
the nuke! What a nuke! And that puts him at first place. That puts him in first place.
That was a...
He's got 2,500 minerals right now. So that was a massive nuke.
Huge nuke.
If I was in Sports' position right now, sitting on 25, well, he just spent it all, but I would have definitely thrown down a tank there. But he chucks it all into upgrades. He's almost maxed out his weapon of range. He's at a very good spot right now. But here they go, round 2 on that bunk. Kirto coming in to help. I think before going cross map to really do anything, they really need to focus on finishing one of their lanes. You know, they need to get an advantage where they can double team Cyrus and Adam. They need to be able to double team effectively. But as soon as they go in, they're going to get hit from the backsides from Blue and Brown there.
Yeah, I think they're just seeing that ILikeSports is in that 25K territory, you know, and they're like, oh man, Adam's up there too, though, so they're not out of the game yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably what they're thinking is we get rid of Sports, then next place, in third place, Kirto is 8K behind Adam. There's nothing really anyone can do against them. But LewsTherin actually coming up into 4th place, like that's a big turnaround there from last to actually being able to do something.
He's going to lose his bunker, though. He just lost his Reaper bunker during all of that.
Which could be like a good thing for him, you know. Now he's cleansed up his army. He's now got Marines and Rods. It could work out better for him. But definitely, you know, having already lost one of his bunks, it's gonna hurt quite a bit. Looks like he's gonna lose another bunker right now.
Yep, BangBoogie
Sports
losing
has to
his
finish this,
bunker
and
as well.
Cyrus pushing on his Rods as well. Yeah.
Wow.
LewsTherin is dead.
That's
He's full
it.
dead now. He is 100. Cyrus is going to get that kill on him.
Oh, I reckon Sports will take it. Sports will steal it.
Did you see who got it?
No.
Sports got it. Sports definitely got it. Sports is at 28,000. Cyrus would be at least above. Cyrus would be closer to Kirto.
So Bang's going to get finished off as well. This is really good for Sports. I think he's got 400 minerals sitting there.
Adam and Cyrus.
Oh, he got the tank kill. He killed Cyrus's tank. I was going to say that was probably pretty silly by Sports. He could have got 400 minerals here for those turrets, but he gets a tank and a bunker kill. That cripples them. Absolutely cripples them. You see Adam's going for a tank now as well. I think now that he's seen that they're playing tanks, I think, there we go. As soon as he saw that, he goes, I'm going to need a tank. Otherwise, how else are we going to defend this? Adam still has his nuke, though. It could be a game changer here.
That's a huge game changer. You're protecting. You're pushing with the tank and with 2 armies, and those armies get nuked, and all of a sudden that tank's completely exposed. And the 1,500. Not only do you lose your army, then you lose the $1,500 investment, mineral investment that you put on the tank.
And here's the thing. With the triangular play of that second Marine bunker. If you have a look at it, Cyrus and Sports have the same amount of bunkers, same types as well. The only difference is that
Cyrus has more production.
Yeah, they've. Oh yeah, sorry. Cyrus has one more bunk. My bad. But Sports does get the extra 2 supply in the back there, which really helps him out right now with 105 supply versus Cyrus's 80.
Yeah, I'm one of those players that tend to favor production over supply. I just think it like supply is nice, and it's nice having this control. Like right now in this fight, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty important part of the fight, which is right now. Cyrus's resupply is faster.
Looks like Cyrus and Adam are going for the middle. Tanks in position. and shield tower's going down.
The one thing, yeah, that's definitely true. So far, the one thing I like is that the resupply really helps at the end game. At the moment, if you look at Cyrus's upgrades, he's got 10 range, and Sports has got his first 3 maxed. So your units aren't going to die. So there's no need to resupply them. But later on in the game, where everyone's maxed, you definitely want that resupply a bit faster. But by that point, I'd be playing tanks and SCVs anyway. Adam has splash upgrade, no splash upgrade there for Sports. Sports is sitting on 2K. I wonder if he'll put his money into it. I think he definitely needs it at this point.
I think
there
he
we go.
did.
He just got it.
He just did.
Yep. So I think top right of the game. I think they're gonna be the decider here, and that's the politics that's really gonna help. It's just saying they're being tanked might actually push top right to attack top left.
No.
Oh, Adam had his SCV with the nuke up there. I thought he was going to drop it. Get sniped out, but
that definitely should be a play.
Targeting the tank. The tanks are in range of each other. No, they're not quite.
They're not.
No, but if he focuses his tank on the shield tower, which he is in range for, it will actually splash and hit the tank.
Oh man, this tank is in trouble.
Tank is in trouble. He has so many
away.
sitting at his marine bunker. I think one of his like one hotkey might have stopped working. I don't know. Like, he has so many units down there. He definitely needs to change his rally where he's rallying his units to.
And Adam still has nuke. Like, I just wonder if he would have dropped the nuke, take out the army, and they all just rush the tank. Is that worth the nuke at that point in this point of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I only because we can see that that Sports hasn't started building another tank. Oh, now he does. But if you've got a tank advantage, you've taken middle spot. Then they could have pushed if they took out that tank, they could have pushed their tank there. They could have gotten 2 of those Rorder bunks easy, no contest with turrets in the middle, shield towers. They would have definitely taken out 2 of their bunkers. So I think it would have been a good exchange.
What do you guys think about this gentleman's truce now between bottom right and top right? I mean, bottom right has mid. They have a lot of mid control. Meanwhile, they're still pushing on ILikeSports pretty heavily, viewing him, I guess, as the leader. Nuke goes down, but are they going to be able to capitalize on it? Oh, no.
He's just going to move the tank back, but they
do get to Sports, yeah.
The bunker's dead. He is now unable to hold these supply depots. Unable, like he is in such a bad position now. He's going to be on 3 bunkers.
Yep. So this is where the politics needs to come into play. Sports has 2 tanks. That's really going to help. He needs to really get another bunker down ASAP. I think he might go for another tank, but he really needs to get another bunker ASAP.
I think he's going to use the tanks to expand. Yeah.
And here comes the tank here.
He wants to get these depots back up. He's got these 2 tanks here.
Oh, no.
He's going for a third. He's going pure tank build. You may see him drop an SCB soon.
Adam's exposed. He's going for the tank snipe here. Tanks are in position.
Oh,
but Kirto needs to come back. Kirto needs to come back. They're going to lose all these tanks as a result.
He's going to lose 2 for the price of 1.
Oh, no, he's going to lose 1. It was a 1-for-1 trade there. He might even keep it. Oh, that was close.
Whew. Yeah, if Kirto, I know he was responding to Zeteo, but man, if he was there, they would have had both tanks still and shut down Adams easily.
Here comes another one. Adam is just focusing on his tank builds there.
That was still a good play from ILikeSports. Look at ILikeSports, man. He's got himself in a pretty good spot now.
Yep, he just throws down his second SCV as well. We've got a tank coming in. Cyrus is going in to help. Top right, not really doing much. And I think Kirto needs to lay off top right. I think Kirto is aggroing them for no reason. He's got to show weakness here and say that, hey, we're getting owned down here. Maybe you guys should switch. But right now, they won't be switching. Kirto calls for help.
Fred's
going
for
Here we go.
And Adam's going to lose his tank again.
He throws down 2 turrets to help, but it's a little too late. Now they need to push hard. If they push now, they should see the dynamic going here. That Cyrus isn't there to help that tank push. They can go in and take a bunker right now.
Yeah.
They're pushing 2 tanks. Here we go. I mean, I think that's a risky play. I'd leave one at home just in case there's a switch. And 1 tank is enough to push, but this is going to be a very heavy, aggressive. Let's get rid of these bunks ASAP. Cyrus loses a bunk. He cannot take the 2v1 there. And this is the thing. Cyrus is just staying away. He's not even fighting. He's showing them that, hey, I'm weak. I can't really do anything here. They take 2 bunks. They're going to switch. If they kill that bunk, they will switch on top left, and that might be what they need to win.
Cyrus was just doing that to make them hesitate so he could go deny it. Now they're going to push it and get it. Boy, it looks like
this is where they're going to switch, right? Because they just took 2 bunks so easily off Cyrus. They probably wonder what's happening down the bottom.
Yep, they do draw back, it looks like.
And they're going to switch now.
Unfortunately, I think... I mean, it looks like Sports can hold this position with those 2 tanks right there. Man.
Yeah, but can Kirto take on top right on his own?
I think so.
He needs to just probably play more defensive in his bunkers. They got 1 tank, but they're not really moving it into position.
Just yet.
Kirto's
holding.
Sports really needs to focus and take down a bunk, throw down some more turrets there.
He's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's maintaining the control. Like, ILikeSports, while this goes on, is shooting up in score. He's adding on extra turrets, extra SCVs. He's really getting into that late game composition. And while this is going on, Kirto is destroying Fred and Zeteo. Like, it's not as if like Kirto's losing this 2v1. Kirto is winning his 1v2 as well. So as long as
you think he's just holding Sports is just holding the position until Kirto can take him out, but it might actually cost him. I think he's in range of the tank. He's just choosing not to focus the bunker that much because he really wants to make sure he doesn't lose those tanks and he keeps the shots on the army to be as secure as possible. So Kirto's going to get overrun here right now. He's clearly outsupplied. Fred's got a tank coming in. He's only got 3 resupply happening. There's no way he can take on this army, no matter how much advanced his upgrades are right now. If they stutter into that, and that tank's going to really do some damage. So the only problem I had with Sports' play there is that he could have done more damage in the time that he needed, and because now he's got to go back. If he doesn't move these tanks back, he's going to lose them. You know, he's going to lose that back bunk, and he can't split his army.
Oh, no, but he used the nuke.
Sports is going to lose another bunker here, but he's got the tanks in position.
In mid.
And Cyrus is just going to rush those tanks and try and get them to kill themselves. That top left is definitely going to be overrun here. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Kirto gets a tank kill up the top.
Yeah.
Very close on the tank kill.
He loses his 3rd bunker, and that 3rd bunker is so crucial.
Yeah, there's mid play here. And I think the only thing you can do is just slowly, 1 tank unsiege, move 1 step forward. There needs to be a push forward and throw turrets to defend it. It's the only way to do enough damage to these guys before Kirto gets overrun. Kirto's lost a bunker as well. He's got 2 bunks. He's sitting on 1 SCV. He cannot help really with turrets. There's no tanks back there. Like
Kirto's still got very good upgrades. He's 20. He's maxed. He's completely maxed. He's taking mid. With those mid with the ghosts, like it really doesn't matter if they can secure mid for themselves. It gets to a point where it's just like, how are you going to kill them with turrets?
Yeah,
and
I mean,
tanks?
I think when the other guys switch and play some tanks, that mid, there's only 3 tanks there. They won't be able to get any more really. And those tanks also do damage.
But Zeteo has to realize now, if it's all on mid, how the fuck does Zeteo beat Adamondioman and Cyrus, like, with Fred? Like, how do they win that game? Like, their upgrades aren't maxed. Like, they know that Adam's still really strong.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're also racing against the clock now. We just hit the hour mark right about now. Some players are going to get that 30-minute warning, and that might influence that, hey, we need to work on the middle.
Yeah.
But, man, oh, man, these...
I guess what sports and Kirto are hoping for is that top right just definitely hits bottom right along this right-hand side, and then they can cut into Adam and probably trim some of these bunkers here. Adam's just going for the straight supply route, just the brute force method to clear the mid, it looks like.
Nope, Adam's building a tank. Bottom left.
Yep.
He does have one in defense as well. I don't think they're going to move it. It looks like Zeteo is getting tanked right here.
Yeah, I think they're going to clear out everyone's Marauders.
There goes one tank. So when they lose these tanks, if they move in and get that splash...
The tank survives.
No,
they just needed to move closer to the tank, and that top right tank would have killed it with the splash damage.
No, it was already getting splash fire. The ghosts deal so much DPS, they just eventually killed them.
Tanks in range. This could be it's stuck. They lose one tank. Only 2 tanks left there. Sports sitting on 4.5k. Is he going to get a nuke? What's he going to spend his money on? I think he did invest in a nuke. We'll see if that builds soon. 2 tanks and 1 bunker each in the middle is not enough, I don't think, to hold this for very long.
Yeah, they definitely need a 3rd tank. But they do have...
You're right, Zeteo can't do anything against Adam and Cyrus right now. They don't match him on upgrades. They don't have any, considerable amount of tanks. Cyrus is going for a tank. They're sitting on 2 from Adam. Adam's building a 3rd.
Yeah, like, best case scenario for Zeteo and Fred, the way they're playing it right now, is 2nd place. I think if they kill off one of them and leave the other one alive, that may be a better scenario. But they really can't afford to kill them off.
Yeah.
Although
Sports did get that nuke. I personally would have gone for another SCV, but considering how many tanks there are in this game, maybe a nuke was...
Considering how much money he has, like...
Yeah, I think he's thinking that as let me just wipe it off the board, reset my get out of jail free card, so to speak, in case they do push in hard.
Yeah.
I would, if I was in his situation, I'd definitely be putting some more into unit armor. Building armor, because that tank's only sitting on 6 armor. So even if they do rush him, he drops a nuke, there is a possibility that he'll still lose one of those tanks. And the good thing is that they're not actually taking these squares. It'd be a good idea to throw a lot of turrets around there and just keep spamming tanks. There's 4 tanks here now. And here it comes. 4 tank push.
I just don't know about that
They're
angle.
They might lose vision. And there's one tank
Adam
down.
loses a tank, and a second one will go down.
Oh, nope.
No.
They're gonna get ILikeSports' tank.
And this is where the nuke should have come in. He's still keeping it.
I think he's greeting it. He wants more value from it, and he's gonna keep it. But man, oh man, is he ever in trouble now? 1 tank left.
But they have to
He
realize now that Sports only has one bunker. Instead of attacking from this bottom right angle, attack from the bottom left angle. Really focus
will
that
lose this
bunker.
tank now as well. Cyrus is taking out his tank. That's where the nuke should have come. Nuke comes down now. It's a bit too late. There's 2 supporting tanks in the bank.
They're dead.
But hold on, here comes Zeteo.
What?
Oh, if Zeteo moves forward a little bit, he could take that tank. Cyrus loses a bunker. He's only got two bunkers left. They could actually take Cyrus out of the game. It'll be a bit harder for Adam to win. Here comes some expansion from top left. I say top left, but they're not top left anymore. Fred's sitting on three bunkers, but a hell of a lot of supply depots around the place. But only 4 regen at this point in the game. I think he really needs to get to at least 10.
They have no more tanks in the middle. I think Adam needs to push up these 2 tanks there, and Adam just needs to clear mid while, gosh, I don't know. Can Cyrus even hold this?
If Cyrus hold, yeah.
Yeah.
And here comes to the tanks, and that splash damage will kill Cyrus's bunker if they move into it. Oh. If they just charge that bunker right now and just stand right next to it, those tanks will clear off that bunker. That's all they need to do. Just stream units straight in. But I don't know if they've got the speed for it. Zeteo sitting on 11 and Fred on 7.
Come on, Adam. You got to clear mid. That's your job. That's not clearing mid.
Zeteo reads right through Cyrus's politics there. Although Sports could expand relatively fast. I think he's got 3 or 4 SCVs. He just doesn't have the money at the moment to really expand that fast. They need to get some tanks, though.
Whoa,
Here we go.
Fred
Tank
going
push
in
by
for a
Fred.
tank push. A little
But
aggressive.
he pushes it too far. That's the worst when you tank. It's actually there's a good strategy behind that as well. So I don't know if you saw, the tank was kind of caught out in front of the units, and because the units move faster than the tank gets pushed forward. Really dangerous, but you can actually use that to make your tank move faster. It's just use your units behind it to push it forward if you need to get it there in a short amount of time.
You see that tank of Adams just barely survived there.
I really don't know why Zeteo keeps going for the tanks when Fred's going for the bunker. They're not really coordinating what shit they're just pushing on together. And I feel like they would have killed more stuff by now if they were cohesively hitting the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, I think if they just kill Cyrus off right now, then they can switch. I mean, I don't know how Sports and Kirto have really come back here, because doesn't look like they have that many bunkers. Adam should be holding this off pretty well, but it looks like Cyrus.
You have to give some credit to the SCVs, the SCV count, and the fact that they have ghosts.
Oh man,
so no matter what,
why did Fred go down and pull back up? I guess they don't want to commit to fully killing off Cyrus. They had the units there to kill off Cyrus.
Yeah, I think that they might be going for a switch very soon. I don't think they know really what's going on at this point.
Well, I think
they're going to go finish him off.
Yeah,
so Sports and Kirto really need to push right now. I don't know if Zeteo can take this on his own.
This was a mistake by top right then. They literally were able to kill him flat out with no opposition that last time.
Yeah, I don't think Sports and Kirto really have the resupply here to do any damage. That was a perfect opportunity.
This is a great move by Kirto. He's going to come in and snipe that tank.
Nice.
That's big.
Fred looks like he's making a move, at least a scout. They're actually sitting in a pretty good spot. Fred's got 4 tanks there. And he's got the splash upgrade as well. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah,
Adam able to pick off one bunker there.
they really need to not listen to Cyrus and hit and kill Cyrus and Adam. I really don't think ILikeSports, and they're going to try and get rid of the Kirto mid bunker. I think they are going to get that bunk is going to go down.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was really the best play because they were struggling against Adam. I think they figured that they were able to take out Cyrus.
But like Zeteo and Fred are realizing more and more that they need to be playing for themselves to win, and they're rapidly approaching on 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes right now till they have to eventually switch. And I feel like once they've removed a lot of the stuff, like they want to make it as advantageous as possible when they decide who they want to kill off. I actually think,
and Adam loses a tank. Cyrus will also lose a bunker here as well. Adam can't really do anything.
Fred and Zeteo are the two strongest people right now. They have look at how many tanks they have at home. Look at how much supply. Look at how much map control they have. They're just trying to chip away at everyone else as much as possible until the end of the game. And
that's a pretty good strategy. And I wonder if these guys if Sports and Adam are ever going to come to a truce and say, hey, we've got to actually hit top right now. I think because they're not really threatening with their poor upgrades. If you look at Fred's upgrades, he's got 8 armor and 4 regen. It just doesn't seem that strong. Fred's pinging to say, let's switch again. But they just need to finish off Cyrus, really. Like, leaving that one bunker there might actually come back to hurt him, considering Cyrus is sitting on 3k, probably not spending it, ready to palm it all off to Adam if he gets a chance. Sports rebuilds a tank. Because Sports can rebuild extremely fast compared to the rest of them. He's sitting on... he's still on 3 SCVs. Zeteo sitting on 2. But, they're just chipping away, you're right, Sofa. Like, these are just one bunk from each team at a time. Slowly push them out.
Trying to make it as advantageous as possible for them when they have to go into that end of the game scenario, which I think they actually win because Fred has got 4 tanks.
But if they keep doing that at the same time, like if it was end game, if it was play to the end, yeah, sure. But they've got 13 minutes, almost 12 minutes remaining to take at least one team out. And it looks like the aim of the game is to get rid of Sports.
That's definitely the safest play for them.
I think they just want to clear the mid. After that, I think they'll go back on bottom right.
I really think that Sports at high supply late game is way scarier than Adamondioman at high like playing them end game. I don't know. I would way rather play against Adam late game than Sports in this situation, especially with the score. Like you look at how much score they have. Like ILikeSports has. It's like,
yeah, ILikeSports sitting on 3 SCVs. Adam's also got 3 SCVs, but they do clear up mid right there. And it looks like they're looking in Sports and Kirto. They're still pushing.
Zeteo making a risky move now. I don't know if that was a good play because this taking of mid might actually push to them getting 4v2'd right now. I know Cyrus can't really do much.
It would take too long for them to die.
Yeah, and they may be acceptable with the draw status here. So that's kind of like their fallback.
Yeah, I think at this point, Fred needs to push those tanks in mid and quickly finish off Kirto here. The tanks are really going to help.
Nope, some tanks on sieging. He heard you. Nope, he's coming just to mid.
Yep, and that's going to be in range, I think, of that bunker.
No.
Yeah, those 2 tanks are just barely in range of that bunker. Bunker is going to go.
And this is the thing. I don't know why Zeteo's attacking the bunker with these units. Not really necessary at that point.
I think he just wants to bring it down as quick as possible right now.
Yeah. So we've got the 2 defensive tanks moving in to defend the back bunk, and he's got 2 offensive tanks. And those tanks, one of those tanks is definitely in range of the other tank. There's no focus though. No need to. They're just going to overrun him.
I don't
That
think
is
Adam
it for
sees what's
sports.
happening.
Yep.
Maybe
Cyrus
just
is just
can't
sitting
do
back.
anything
Adam
about
and
it.
Cyrus are so dead.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. They've got enough tanks here. Like Adam's got the money and he's got the SCVs. Sports sitting on 7K right now. I don't think they're going to let him come back. But you've got 3 tanks on that right side protecting Cyrus. Fred putting some money in his unit upgrades. Adam's going to switch right now. They're leaving him on 1 bunk. There's 8 minutes remaining.
Why?
I'm not sure if that was a good idea. They need to finish him off. They don't care. I think it's a Hail Mary for them. It's like, well, we don't care. We'll go for a draw, but you're not going to win, is kind of what I'm sensing. But if Fred just moves 2 tanks down there, it doesn't even need units. 2 tanks, a couple turrets, and then they can both focus on attacking bottom right.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to get the kill this fight. Actually, he might if he keeps focusing the SCV. No, the upgrades are too good. Too many turrets.
Yeah, he needs a tank there. Just one, like you said. Just one.
Yeah, and Fred really needs to move these tanks because there's 3 tanks
get
down
up and defend this. He really needs to get off of ILikeSports and come help his partner because his partner's dying.
Or even move down and start taking out Adam's stuff. Like there's nothing. Fred moves the tanks in now, but it might be a little late. It's not going to be in range of the other.
Zeteo just shifts focus onto Adam. At least that'll take the pressure off.
Yeah, I wouldn't even come back. I would just focus on wiping Adam out because Fred can be all right. Fred can be all right with those 3 tanks they're playing defensively.
Yep, and he
does.
And
that's what he's going to do now.
It's just he could have definitely taken some bunkers.
He could have taken some, on that left-hand side should have been the way to go. But
now they're going to get all 3 of these tanks, though.
Oh,
There's
wow.
no escaping for these tanks. Oh, no. One tank down.
At that same time, while that push was going on, Fred should have moved those tanks in as well. That would have been an amazing play if he moved 3 tanks in and attacked at the same time. Because I don't think Adam was really
30 seconds away from our 5-minute warning. I wonder who they'll kill. I think it'll be.
So they had the chance to kill Red, and they purposely left him on 1 bunker there, and then decided to kill him.
Well, because I just don't think they thought they could win the 2v2. I think they might be able to win the 2v2 now.
They can now, yeah. They've done enough damage to Fred. He's got 4 tanks there, but they've got tanks. They've got the SCBs to rebuild if they need to. Cyrus might lose his tank.
Yeah, Cyrus' tank is going down. Let's see if they lose any others.
I think Sports is just hanging around going, you know what, I'm okay with the draw.
ILikeSports just wants some money. He just wants to expand.
Yeah, but can anyone wipe everyone off the map in 4 minutes?
3.5. Yeah.
I mean, the best thing is for someone to reverse on Sports.
You should do it.
They can't even clear Zeteo in 3 minutes.
3 minutes remaining.
No, we already sent the 5-minute one, so
yeah,
they know.
Well, it looks like Sports is going to do good here. He's 2 turrets taking down Adam's bunker, half health. But one of them will die, so maybe that regen might actually kick in here when it's only 1 turret attacking.
Well, 3 minutes left of the match. It's very much looking like a draw here for the first game. It's a bummer. I always hate kind of seeing draws play out, but it is probably, in this case, in both Sports and sports interest.
Yeah, I think
I,
he's
I think
liking it, but
Zeteo and them
no one
did have the
switched.
game though, and there was some hesitation. Wow, Fred just lost all those tanks there.
Yeah. And now Fred, now he's gonna switch. He's
Yeah,
gonna
he
come
just wants to
quiet.
ensure the draw.
Well, if they actually switched right now, right? If Cyrus and Sports, Cyrus and Adam switch right now, killed Sports, they could actually win this. But like if they get rid of that last tank and then go and switch, take out Sports, this won't be a draw.
It's just I don't think
But
they
they'd
have
have
the
to go
units.
now. They have to go right now if they want to stop it.
No, that's a draw.
Yeah, because the one thing, even if we play it out, can't really play it out because Sports isn't playing it out like it's not going to be a draw. You know, he's just
Yeah,
sitting, he's waiting.
yeah.
Rules are rules.
Who leaves last though? Who's going to get the elo? So in my eyes, did we upload that simultaneously to YouTube?
It's not on YouTube yet, but Adam will convert it over.
Okay, cool. So I think in my eyes, the biggest changing point was that push in middle by Sports. You know, he had three tanks in there, and Kirto was taking on his lanes, but Sports wasn't being aggressive enough, doing enough damage to bottom right. Just thinking that Kirto would be able to hold them for that long, but he was definitely outsupplied, out resupplied. I think if he moved more aggressively, focused those tanks, threw more turrets down, and defended, I think that would have been a game changer for him.
Yep. And if you guys do you have the stream loaded right now?
Yep.
I'm going to switch over to the highlights. Took some random videos. Just actually, I got too many. We won't be able to recap all of these, I don't think, in time. But let's go ahead and see some of the greatest moments, I guess you can see here.
All right, I'm gonna jump down to the lounge and check in for the next one. Good fun, guys.
All right, first one is just working on denying the bunker, and if I remember correctly, this bunker actually is able to go up after all. A lot of pressure being put down on this bunker right now.
Yeah, I
And
think Lewis had a very tough game, early game.
yeah, and one thing I noticed on Adam during that whole exchange right there was he was cutting into Sports and Kirto. He wasn't letting them deny this bunker, and it just made me wonder if that was intentional.
Yeah, I mean
So
it's your lane's partner, but it's you want to help your lane against Sports. I think at this point Sports was sitting at first place.
yep, this highlight, which we just missed, was a pretty pivotal moment with Sports where he chose to go Merc Marines and upgrades over Luz's early Rodder and jumped significantly in the scoreboard there. This one was me probably spamming the button because I see nothing going really of consequence right here. That was a
There we
bunker
go.
snipe.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
bunker snipe on bottom left. Here comes the push.
Yeah,
Cyrus
and
and
this was
Adam
the thing.
queuing up.
Zeteo, yeah, and Zeteo gets cut off in the middle, cannot go back and help out Fred.
And right here, this was an interesting one. I like what Sofa was saying about the double bunker. This definitely helped top left. They just did not seem like they got that much pressure from it. And both of
Yeah,
our
and that
bunkers able to go up. That's insane.
and at this point they got a massive feed. I think Kirto pushed up to like third place from last place
Yep.
while defending. So I think this was the push against that Rorder bunk, potentially. No, it was another snipe from Sports against Lose, and then Cyrus calling in for a snipe here. And the 2K nuke.
That was an insane nuke right there.
Yep. I mean, it's nice when you save a bunker, but to get 2,000 minerals or whatever it was by doing it is even better, because really it's like 3,000.
And I think this is the one where bottom left just gets rolled by both the teams right here.
Oh, yeah, this was the finisher.
Oh man, just brutal. And they died shortly after that. Next highlight we're going to see is a tank where, man, I thought the tank was definitely going to get sniped. Sports was able to get his tank away. Probably missed opportunity. I believe that's the next one. Maybe I am wrong.
Yeah, Sports takes a tank and a bunker there.
Yeah, and I think right here, Adam had his nuke. Why not just nuke that and push that tank right there?
Yeah,
Boom. Is
that
that
was
worth
it.
it? And I think it is. I think that's absolutely worth it. So here,
And he does it a bit later.
yep, he's able to get his tank away as a result. I think they should have been able to nail that tank down.
Yeah, at that point, getting your tank, Adam pushing his tank forward closer in mid, he could have taken down 2 Rorder bunks as well. So that nuke would have definitely been worth it.
And Cash, I think you need to join the lobby just so if you're co-casting still.
Yeah.
And while that's a lot of highlights there, definitely we'll see if maybe Adam can post some of these highlights here on YouTube as well. Transitioning over into our current team matchup right now. The next one we're going to see Cyrus and BangBoogie on a team. LewsTherin and Time Traveler on another. Sofa and Zeteo on team 3. And then team 4, Kirto and Sports. This is the matchup that we're looking at. And just let's see here. SofaKing and Zeteo, that's a strong team. And I'm not exactly sure how Sports and Kirto roll together again, but they got the similar role.
That's real fast, guys. Hey, real fast. Is Peter Griffin a co-casting too?
He can. Yeah, that's fine.
He needs to be in the lobby.
Oh, okay.
Rolling here right now. Fast.
Oh, he hasn't talked at all in here. I'm sorry. I thought you were asking us. So as far as I know, he's not casting with us.
Do you guys mind if I cast with you guys? It's just watch in game.
Yeah, you need to join the game lobby. Join on Cyrus's name.
Yeah, I think he just did. He just did.
All right. So we're getting ready to start game 2 of the day today. My name is Draconis. Joined with me again is Khasiar, and then newcomer and Peter Griffin going to join us in for this co-cast. Guys, if you haven't checked out our website yet, go to zcleagues.com. They got player stats in there. You can join the Discord, and really it's about building the community and making sure that we can get good games, we can foster growth, and get a lot of good players. We're jumping into the game right now. All right. Game 2 is underway. Top left, we have Fred and LewsTherin. Top right, we got Cyrus and BangBoogie. Bottom right, Kirto and ILikeSports. And bottom left, Sofa and Zeteo. I'm still a little scared about that bottom left team, Zeteo and Sofa. That's a big one. You guys got any favorites?
Well, yeah, that's definitely one of the strongest lanes there. Laned up against Fred and ILikeSports, I think is one of the downsides there is that Sofa's got a relatively tough lane there. Um, so yeah, but still, bottom left and bottom right are both strong teams that I'd be saying would be the ones that go into the final.
Yeah, just listening to Zeteo on a lounge area, he was saying that he has a tough time matching with Sofa. Just for some reason, they don't play so well together. So maybe we'll see how they play out this game.
And that's a good point you raise as well, because it's not just about how good a player is. I mean, I play really well against good team players who know how to come in and do flanks and pincer attacks with you, because they're more effective than nukes. If you can get around and work with your ally early game, there's no point nuking, because you get a massive supply advantage against your lane if your partner comes in, does a quick help, and runs away before a nuke is able to come out.
Yeah, I totally agree. But it's like a smooth dance that they all have to do together. I mean, it's very hard to kind of time it correctly. You don't want to get nuked at the very same time by one person.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, Fred
And
coming
Fred
down, cutting off Zeteo. Yeah.
Yeah. Massive move here, but this could actually be bad, because now he's going to have to turn around and fight these one or two Marines. So he stutters into it. Sofa comes back to help. There is a nuke sitting up here from Fred. Is he going to use it?
Come
he
on,
comes
this
in
is Fred.
And
See, Fred, it's hard for Fred to even fake the nuke. And just for our viewers joining us, Fred is one of those players that are always known for holding their nuke to the late game there. So if he would have used it there, that would have been a shocker. That would have been like the instant highlight of the game. One nuke coming down right there. I sort of missed it. And Peter and Cash, just so you know, we do have the ability to grab certain highlights of the game. If you see something that is highlight worthy, let me know. I will capture it. It captures the last 30 seconds, and then we'll recap it at the end.
Sounds good.
Going back to what you were saying about Fred holding on to his nuke, I don't know how much I agree with that. I think I guess to each his own, but I just don't like the way he holds it for so long, even with his teammates losing his bunker and all.
I've seen many times where Fred has lost bunkers or tank and he still holds that nuke, but you know what? He's third place right now in the league. So hey, like you said, whatever's working for the guy, right? So he's
Yeah, I mean, I don't. The only thing I don't agree with is using like a strategy all the time. So keeping it till late game and saying that I won't use it because that's how I play, I think doesn't let you to be sort of malleable enough to come out there and be responsive to a situation where you might need it to get the advantage.
Yep. Kirto getting a nuke there from BangBoogie.
So SofaKing sitting at last spot there. Sports is really, really pushing hard on him. But it looks like there'll be a good swap here for Sofa to get an advantage on Sports. But Bang comes in, does not help.
You know what's interesting to us on up and comers? It's like it seems like every single week when you guys start a pro league match, the new meta all the ups much different than the week prior.
I noticed this on the first game too, and you can see it on this one. Even Sofa's going 3-3-3-3-5 right now. BangBoogie also in the 3-3s. Last game we had Zeteo just going crazy amounts of upgrades as well, pushing eventually into a very high range upgrade too. So yeah, I think the play is evolving a little different. And one thing I noticed is it's significantly different than how they approach pub matches. So these arranged pro games or pro lobbies, so to speak, is definitely influencing their strategy.
Yeah, I was hearing one player specifically say that depending on his early ups is how his lane partners are. if his lane partner could kind of move around without him having to help, they'll keep upping just so they could take over their side of lanes. It makes kind of interesting play on that side though.
I kind of feel like Zeteo keeps overextending here, but Fred's not able to capitalize on it. He comes down just in time to get eaten by Zeteo's army there.
So Sofa's having a really tough time as well. So he's coming in. Sports is really doing well against him, and then he's got Kirto coming in. Really good team dynamic. They played with each other last game. I think they understand each other's gameplay. And Sofa going in for a nuke and getting cut off and having his SCV sniped. But looks like he might do all right here. His SCV comes back, he gets sniped. He might get a couple more SCV snipes there. Kirto coming back, but I think it's a bit late. The damage is done to Sports. He's lost his entire army, giving Sofa a good advantage there. Now in third place.
Meanwhile, Zeteo just had a great run there right at Fred. LewsTherin was dropping down to see what to do, but didn't decide to go for the cut there.
So Cyrus has got enough to expand. We'll probably see him taking a Reaper bunker very shortly, but he is outsupplied by his lane, so he may hold off. And here comes the bunk. Bang not too far off as well, only 100 minerals away. Sports also 20 minerals away from getting that bunk, but I don't think he's in a position to throw anything down. Bang's got to go back to help Cyrus out. I think this will get cancelled. There's a focus here. It gets cancelled. LewsTherin there just goes, I don't care about my army. You're going to have to lose 250 minerals here. So I think that was a good play, getting the cancel. Buys him enough time. Lewis also has enough to throw down a bunker, and he will more than likely. Last game, I think he went for a Reaper bunker first.
It was definitely a risky bunk from Cyrus too. He, just coming off that last battle right there, he knew very well if he got pushed, probably wouldn't be able to hold it. Lou's also throwing down a bunker here too, which would be good.
Looks like, yeah, but it looks like if Cyrus sees it, Bang's right there as well.
Yep.
There's no push forward because he's building as well. But here comes Fred with his Merked Marines. Oh, nuke down here.
And a second nuke, possibly? Or just turret? As Zeteo was in position, they really wanted that bunker sniped or canceled out. They weren't able to get it. Meanwhile, Cyrus's bunker gets up. Bang getting a Reaper bunker of his own, and it looks like LewsTherin is going to be able to secure his Reaper bunker as well.
It's a relatively even game so far, only 600 between first and last place. Kirto having a bit of trouble there, and he's sitting on 35345 against Bang. A lot of early money into those upgrades has set him back. He's still 300 away from getting his second bunker down. While everyone else except for Fred has a bunker, but Fred, as we know, always goes his Merc Marine build, which works for him. One of the only players who can actually make it work.
What do you guys think of Zeteo's upgrades? This is very interesting.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not a fan because when you're going up against those Merc Marines, they already get a major advantage in terms of actually.
He gets almost a full nuke there, though, of nothing but Warpig.
Last week, Zeteo, he really likes to up his attack damage and range before he really ups his armor. I think it's just the way he kind of lanes against it.
And that back nuke was bad timing. Look at this. Lewis is in trouble. He could lose his bunker, possibly. I mean, Fred got wiped out. He's going to probably have to nuke here. One turret's already down. It's going to be quickly taken out.
Fred's looking to nuke, but he's not going to do it because there's not enough money there. But will he do it? He's got to help his partner out. His partner loses that bunk. It's all over. That nuke has to come down.
It's too
He
late.
lets
Can't
his
even get
partner.
it down now without it going, without it killing the bunker, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's got to hurt. And Zeteo does take the kill. I think he's actually with his upgrade path here 1862. I think it's actually working really well for him because he's already getting owned by those merked Marines, but now he's got a range advantage, so he actually gets maybe a second shot off before, or at least the first shot off before Fred does. So it's actually working quite well for him, and he's gone straight for Rords after taking that bunk kill.
No
Which
one's
is working
calling it
well
out,
for
no
him.
one sees it.
Yeah, and that's the only time to take Rords is when you've got middle control. With Sofa in middle, well, being in middle, and making sure no one can see it means that you can actually get it down. It does go down without anyone seeing it. Bang is the only one who sees it now. Bang and Cyrus, and it's too late. Kirto throwing down a nuke so he can put down his second bunk, but that might not be what he needed at this point. Keeping that nuke and maybe doing a slow play to get the minerals may have helped so he could nuke to protect it, but it looks like he'll probably have to cancel now.
Late calling Zeteo Rods. It's up. They're only calling out because they see Rods
Yeah.
nailing on him right now.
Yeah, and Fred, if I was in Fred's position right now, I might be thinking about canceling this bunker intentionally,
Just go for
and
a
going,
Marine. Or
go for a Marine or a Rod, because you're not gonna trade well against those Marine against those Rods.
yeah, I'd say when you're 15 minutes in already, it's really scary if you're putting down your first bunker to go Reaper at that point, because a lot of people are getting Marauders around this time. So far, only one on the field, but a lot of cases you'd have multiple teams doing it.
And once Zeteo got those rods, he already up 4 points actually 6 points now on his armor.
And it does get canceled, and it looks like he is going to go for these Marines after all.
Yeah, so Fred, there we go. Fred was sitting on two armor there as well. I think if I'm going to merc early, I'm putting a lot of money into armor and regen because I don't want to lose my, 10 bounty Marine that easily, because then you're just going to end up feeding your lane. And top left getting a lot of pressure from Cyrus and Zeteo. Looks like Fred will get his bunk down. He's still got his nuke. Not looking at using it anytime soon. His partner's probably going to die now. Is he going to use his nuke to save his partner? He's going to use his nuke and he will kill his partner just to make sure Cyrus doesn't get the kill. And that is interesting.
But now, if you're Cyrus, would you go for the kill on top
would.
left?
I would. Yeah. Don't let anyone live. Finish him off ASAP. Lewis isn't giving him any feed. Cyrus needs the freedom to walk around. Fred does not use his nuke. LewsTherin is out of the game. GG.
Wow. I don't know what to think of that, though.
I would say that I hope that in any future games that I'm not with Fred. And he's a great player, but if losing that first bunk without him nuking, losing his Reaper bunk is exactly what led to losing against Cyrus, and that's where you got to think about it. Don't hold your nuke. You got to do what's best for the team. It's not just yourself. Do what's best for the team to win the game, and nuking to defend his teammate is what you do.
And I totally agree with her assessment. I think holding on to your nuke is a good thing, but you have to pick spots for it too. If your teammate's gonna lose that first bunker that he puts up, it's really not worth it for you to hold on to it. You're 1,000 gold minerals behind.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see the mindset behind why you would keep the nuke. I mean, if you've got a legit reason, just like in any strategy game, it's the ends justify the means. So if your end game is to win the game, well, how is keeping that nuke actually going to make you win the game, as opposed to keeping your partner alive, which is extra 50 supply? You can split easier and all of that when you've got two teams going at it. More APM overall.
See, that's the thing. Like, I didn't know if this was a good move by Cyrus to kill LewsTherin. That was kind of his feed. now he can't take on Fred by himself no more.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was saying it last game. So if you take down one bunker, by taking down one of Luz's bunkers, he's left with one resupply, which means when Cyrus is trying to feed on him, either Luz has no units to feed on, or he's playing a massive turtle game and not coming out. So you're better off killing him and then getting the freedom to roam around the map and attacking bigger opponents who actually have the supply that you need to get fed.
Hmm.
And especially when you got to prep for those 6v2s and so on. One less player is 5v2. It's easier to defend.
Well, we got Zeteo top of the scoreboard now, 7,000, followed by SofaKing at 7,000 as well. Considerable lead over everyone else, 2,000 right now. We got Sports trying to start his politicking as calling out for GG. I'm wondering if we'll start seeing people start pressuring bottom left soon.
Yeah, I mean, 2K lead, first and second place, same team. I would be definitely looking at how we could gang up on these guys.
It's actually looking very good for bottom left. Zeteo still has his hold on to his nuke, so if they actually do get pressure 5v2, it's going to come in very handy.
Seeing a lot of pings on the map from LewsTherin too, just trying to direct Fred, hey, when can we go? That's one advantage, if you can call it an advantage, that top left will have right now, is they have full map vision pretty darn early in the game too.
And maybe that was part of the strategy. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to nuke to save you. You're going to die and you're going to send me minerals, because that extra 5 minerals is a game changer. That you pull it. And maybe Luz was, after losing that first bunk, probably said, hey, don't help me out. I'm going to save money while I feed, and probably sent him a whole bunch of minerals right after he died.
That could have been the case. I imagine he could have been very disheartened after losing that Reaper bunker there too, and say like, well, I'm out, I'm done, let me just save up for you. And
right.
Yeah, I mean, my advice there is hang in there, because you can still play a good game and help your partner out. I think there was one game I was watching on the YouTube stream, was it was like game 1, episode 1 or whatever, was me and Trigger, and I lost like 3 bunkers in the first like 15 minutes, and I was still coming in first place. And it really depends. You can still hang in there. It just depends how you play it.
Looks like top right has a second rotor coming down. It's almost done too. It gets pings. Zeteo's pushing up to poke at it, but I don't think he'll be able to deny it himself here. SEV does get sniped though.
I don't think that was worth it. Zeteo just threw away his whole army, and that bunker's still gonna go up.
Yep, and it looks like
He
they just
uses
threw
his
away
nuke.
their nuke too, just thinking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and clearly the nuke was there to take down Cyrus's bunker, but it's a bit late now. So one of the other players who's got a specific game style is Bang. So getting a 5v2 here is going to be difficult, because Bang usually sticks to his lane. This is where, you don't want him aggroing orange right now, aggroing Kirto, because if he does, they're not going to feel comfortable doing the 5v2. You got to show some kind of diplomacy, without actually saying it, because saying let's ally is one thing, but, your actions speak louder than your words. And if you continually go in there and poke, orange is not going to be willing to be on your team.
Sofa's doing very good. It's like he could almost 1 versus 2 bottom right already.
Yeah, he's got very balanced upgrades, 11, 12, 11 on there. I mean, shoot, he's rolling on almost a 4,000 upgrade, 4,000 point upgrade advantage. So it's going to start spiraling out of control more and more, I think. You see what Sports has in mind for Sofa though right now, and that's going to definitely put pressure on this forward marine bunker that we see from SofaKing.
It's going to be very dangerous though. I think because he can't 1v1 Sofa, he really needs Kirto to help him out, and I don't think Bang is going to let that happen. They can push down here and with the tank and everything, but then when Bang goes and attacks the back line of Kirto's going to have to run back, and then Sports will lose his tank.
Very odd. I lost ping ability on the map. StarCraft probably hates me saying I'm
No.
spamming it too
Are you
much.
playing? You're on a dead user, right?
Yes.
You're on lose. Yeah, go press E.
Oh, I gotcha.
So when you're on a dead user, you can't ping. Yeah.
Yep.
You also don't see bunker capacities and stuff,
All right.
but
very
it does
good.
show the score. It shows the scoreboard.
Is there any way I could put down a scoreboard when I'm watching in game as a spectator?
Press 2. No, press 1. Because then you'll be on. Then you'll be on lose because he's dead. You get to see what he sees. But yeah, you don't get the bunker capacities, and you don't get to ping. So you have to change back to E.
Well, it looks like the gentleman truce folded rather fast. We got Fred trying to take out this bunker from Zeteo. Zeteo is definitely way out of position. He should be able to get this bunker kill. Zeteo
If
coming
I was
back.
Fred right now,
He's got the nuke as a backup.
He gets it.
He could probably nuke that army and just kept moving over into that to that Warpick bunker. I don't know.
And
He's only got Marines, but wow.
Here comes the tank push. And if Bang moves down right now, they will lose that tank, and that is not good. Bang needs to help him out. It just going back on Fred's move there. When you're surrounding that bunker and you can see units coming back, it's good to get like 5-6 units and just move them closer to the returning army so that they're focused on attacking that instead of the main army, which is doing the damage to the bunker.
I don't think Zeteo sees what's going on or whatnot. He throws down this bunker while they're getting tanked. Fred's not going to let that go up. So the end result, Sofa's going to lose that bunker. He's going to lose his upgraded supply as well.
Yeah, that hurts. That was 2 supplies that was upgraded too. That's 2,000 minerals. And now Zeteo going to lose that raw bunk too.
Yeah, bottom left.
And Sofa's going to lose another one. So Sports pushing the tank back now instead of taking another bunk. There will come a point now because the Bang is actually looking. He's circling around. He's getting ready to attack bottom right. I don't think they feel threatened by Fred because he's solo. It's a risky play by Sports right now.
Yep. Probably, if anything, he could put the tank a little bit lower.
Yeah. But I think he wants that positioning to be able to hit both bunks.
And they're in on the shield. There's no way they're holding that. That tank is going down. Who's going to get the kill, though? I did not see who got the kill.
Well, I didn't see it.
I was too slow to pull up the resources menu.
Fred goes in and makes Cyrus cancel. I think that, again, is just going to put some pressure on them. It looks like that he's going to get double teamed, but I don't think they realize that Sofa and Zeteo are still extremely strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, look at Sofa's upgrades. He's at 20s right now for attack. I mean, only sitting at 12 on defense, but hey, 20 attack right now when everyone else is 8 defense and 11 defense. He's going to be...
Sports is all of Sports' upgrades is under 10. So Kirto's got some pretty good ups, but it's still not enough to take on Sports one-on-one.
He traded a lot to get that early tank like that, and they got a bunker, but I would say not a good return of investment there.
Now, what are your thoughts for both of you guys who's more so on a pro level? If you're sitting as Zeteo and Sofa, what is your play? What do you guys do?
You know what? I think with Sofa just continues to feed on bottom right. He's going to be able to really put the hurt to bottom right now and just get huge. Zeteo, I guess, could help him here, or he could poke at Fred. Still, he's definitely a good matchup on Fred. Still, it looks like.
I think at this point, like, you want to reduce the amount of people attacking you, so killing as many people as you can while the interest is sort of focused up top left right now. You got to be taking out bottom right if you can. But I would be, if I was in Sofa's position or Zeteo, I'd be saving up 3K. I'd be focusing on endgame strategies, getting a tank or getting SCVs. I prefer SCVs over tanks. just to solidify the lead, because he's got 6K on Kirto, and it's pretty much 2 SCVs. He's got the upgrades. He doesn't need to be putting any more into it. Needs to be figuring out how is he going to deal with this 4v2 once Fred dies.
Yep, Fred's in trouble too. He's going to die real quick. I don't know if you caught it, but he did nuke already. It's like a unicorn right there. But this bunker is going to go down. He's only got one person loaded in this other bunker. I think they notice it too, that it's not really killing him as much. Fred losing 2 bunkers there almost instantaneously. This could be it for Fred.
They could finish him off, but they see Sofa coming back, giving a bit of a poke. I think the focus needs to go to top right. Taking no damage the entire game.
I wonder what's the thought behind Cyrus not upping those merc bunks for Marines.
It's a classic play from Cyrus, really. He doesn't want to give his lane the feed. He'd rather focus on upgrades and whatnot. So while on Fred he's trading for 10 minerals, Fred's only getting 5 for his Marines.
Yeah, and when you outsupply, I don't think it really matters. But if you're like for like, getting the merc is good. It's always situational. You want to be merking, your back or your front facing lines, because you get the extra 5k. You get the extra 5k health, and you also get 5 armor automatically given to it. So it's a really good idea to merc them so they can survive, and you can run back when you're getting, when someone's trying to snipe you.
Fred down to just 1 bunker now. Are they going to come in and finish him off?
Well, I don't think Cyrus plans on losing any more units. There's a tank on the way there, so we can definitely see a tank push in there, and more than likely it will be to take Fred out. I think top right feel pretty confident that they've got this, that they don't need to put any pressure on Zeteo or SofaKing.
Which makes you wonder, if you're Sports and Kirto, are you pretty tunnel visioned right now? Are you looking at the map? At the same time, you look at Cyrus and BangBoogie, they're middle of the scoreboard. They do not look like a threat.
Yeah. But when you see that much supply running around, you just wonder, even though Kirto's higher position than Cyrus by 1k, Kirto and Sports I think they've both lost bunkers. So these guys haven't been able to grow.
Yeah, but it looks like bottom right's going to continue hitting bottom left. Well,
and
as I say that, they stop. But it looks like Cyrus will be able to take out Fred here unchallenged from his tank.
Yeah, it's really tough to say who's going to win this, because what it comes down to now is the politics. Right now, top right is definitely the strongest team. Sofa and that, they're okay, but they can't expand. Sofa's got a tank, which is really going to help. But that supply is just deadly right now from top right.
Yep. And it looks like top right's playing it right. They're hitting on bottom left. They're the score leader. Already bottom right's been on them all game. This is their best chance to really orchestrate that 4 versus 2. But, man.
And here comes the supply push, and they could have taken that bunker. They should go back now. They can still take it with Kirto coming in. Perfect opportunity to take it.
And Kirto is just so high up right now, which I think is scaring them. Why is he attacking so high up?
Yeah, and that was a great play by BangBoogie for not attacking Orange when the army was very close by each other. He didn't want to antagonize them any further to get them to switch onto them.
That's a good point. But even hanging around in middle shows uncertainty. It's like, hey, are we in this together? Are we fighting to the end here? Or what are you doing up there? Like, we're in here, we're getting killed, and you're just watching? Like, go in there and help us out. Coordinate those attacks.
Looks like we are going to see a push on the left-hand side.
And they could finish this a lot quicker if they rushed in with those units. I know it's risky play, but now Sofa's coming back.
See, I like the idea of rushing the bunker with the units in that case because this is time bound. Like the idea would be get a bunker before
wait,
they
hold
do
on, hold on. We
switch,
got
if
tank
they
in
switch.
vision. Cyrus's tank is getting hit by Zeteo's tank. He had to push back.
Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Oh no, and the unit pathing
He's still
catches the
chasing it.
tank.
He's still
The
chasing
tank
it.
goes
Oh,
down. Oh man.
And that right there is going to be a game changer. The fact that Kirto went in and attacked and helped bottom left, is yeah. You can see Cyrus coming in now. There might be some aggro now, some bad blood. Bang is going to go back to his lane and focus on bottom right. And I think Sofa and Zeteo are now back in a good position because they've got some allies.
Yep.
it's very risky. Bang is not going to be able to hold against Kirto's push. I mean, Kirto outsupplies him, and his up are much better.
That's it. And Cyrus just loses his Reaper bunk easily, even though he had more
Rod bunk.
supply. Sorry, Rod bunk. Yeah, Sofa's upgrades 20 range and weapon, and now 20 armor. Insane. Cyrus his units are just not. He's focused too much on expansion. And his unit upgrades are just not that high.
All right, 45 more minutes into the match now. We've seen a couple different switches. Any further predictions you got for this game?
I think Zeteo and Sofa may actually win this. I think if Sofa doesn't aggro bottom right, I think top right is really angry that Kirto and Sports didn't actually help them out to take out bottom left, even though these guys are clearly in the lead. So I think they have a very strong opportunity here to take this win because of some lack of vision on what's going on around the map.
Yeah, Sofa's already 20 on his ups already.
But as we see there, they reverse. They reverse again. Is this just feed or is this a change in direction?
Well, I kind of like the way Kirto's playing right now. He's just feeding where he can right now. I think at the end it's going to be him against Sofa just to see who has the bigger army and stuff. And he's doing very well right now.
Yeah, but the old adage, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't think that bottom right is ever going to regain the trust of top right because they've already backstabbed once. Even though there wasn't a formal kind of truce, I would still see that as an unintentional backstab. Like there was no need for them to do it. Bottom left had that much of a lead that even if you took like three more of their bunkers, they still could have rebuilt and be in a good position. So, Bang and Kirto are going to be at it for the majority of the game. And you can see here Sofa building his second tank. Zeteo's got a tank. Sofa does have splash damage. They're set up really good here. They're playing very defensive. They know that if they expand out, they're going to get owned. So why not just play a defensive build around your core structures and just, because he's getting feed anyway with his massive upgrade advantage.
Right.
Oh, man. Zeteo is just a second away from getting that rod up, and it looks like it's going to get denied now. Cancel does
now,
go off.
what are you guys' thoughts on Sports getting his rod bet bunk?
Well, kind of needs it to be in the game, but really his upgrades need to also be higher. So,
yeah, that was my thought. Like I was thinking, like he should maybe put up on his ups instead of the rod bunk. He can't trade right now.
I mean, I do think he needs the third bunker though, just for the resupply notion, because he's going to be taking a lot of unfavorable trades, right? So like you need a little bit higher resupply, and rods are a little tankier.
At the same time, if I was in his position, I would say, well, I'm that far behind. Really, it's on Kirto to do the trades. I would just go pure tank build and just focus on getting tanks to back up the lines. Because I can't trade with Sofa. I got to chuck money into my bunker upgrades, armor, capacity, and then get some tanks behind there and hope that Kirto can actually do something here, because it's too far. He's too far gone. There's no way being at 13k with the next in line is 6k ahead of you, and first place is almost triple your score, that you can actually come back from this.
Yep.
Oh,
Being a supporting character is.
And we got some people in the chat too, so always curious to see what you guys think that are joining us on the Twitch stream right now. If you were ILikeSports, do you get that Marauder bunker or do you go more into ups?
And I don't know if you guys just saw Zeteo just lost his bunker and his tank, so that was very, very costly.
Did not see it. Oh man. I am a fail caster, and they're going to lose
like
the other
Sofa's
tank.
gonna
I see that.
Yeah.
I mean, they could very well lose this other bunker. Bottom right, definitely not letting
Sofa's
up on
gonna
them.
lose. Oh, and here we go. This is the second backstab there. Very susceptible to the politics here. Were they really dying? Losing a bunker, losing a tank doesn't equal death when you're 13k from first place. Don't think that was necessary.
Hey guys, this is Fred here. I was in the game, but now I'm dead. Just announcing that to everyone.
Hey Fred.
Thanks, Fred.
Hey, we wanted to ask you. Well, I wanted to ask you. When Lewis was dying, and you could have saved him. Well,
You know what?
saved his first bunker.
Yeah, I'm in here too.
I was thinking about saving Lou's bunk over here, but he got kind of hurt bad losing his first bunk, and I was pretty sure even if I
you could have
nuked.
helped him with his first bunk as well.
Well, I thought I'd kill it if I nuked. By the time I was about to nuke, I thought I'd kill his bunk, and then for the second one, I was just pretty sure Cyrus is going to be right back to kill him anyways, immediately. I didn't think he had a chance to live.
Lewis, what was your thought behind that? I mean, did you want him to nuke when your first bunk that you put up was dying?
So I mean, we were discussing that, and I trust Fred. I mean, the whole point of the game is to communicate.
Tank goes down. Bunker goes down.
Sofa does not cancel a tank that was almost finished. That's gonna hurt. Zeteo's dead. The focus is gonna go off Sofa King right now, but he's still in a good position. He's got 5k in minerals right now. He's got 2 SCVs. Does he throw down another one and expand, or does he get some more tanks? Like, what do you do here? I mean, 5k, he comes an expansion. I think he's in a good position right now. It was good that Zeteo died.
Kaiser, I was going to say before too, after I introduced myself, that Sofa and Zeteo, they're high up on the score, but the amount of mass that Cyrus and Bang has, it's pretty threatening. So I think it's I didn't think they'd be able to take a 4v2 that much longer, and here we have Zeteo dead, and we'll see how Cyrus and Bang can hold up.
Yeah, I mean, Cyrus is catching up to Kirto there on the scoreboard. I think his upgrades are pretty close as well. The changing factor here is tanks, and there aren't any that I can actually see on the map besides Sofa's.
You're right. Like Cyrus and Bang look like they went for a mass strat instead of adding in tanks.
Looked like Sofa was going to go for a snipe. Decides to go mid first. And hey, Fred, before you guys jumped on, we noticed that Sports had built a Marauder bunker in the bottom right. They've been kind of out of the game for a while, and the question was, do you invest in that third bunker at that point, or do you focus on upgrades, especially since Sofa was high ahead? We asked our chat, go get it, saying, hey, go for a tank build, kind of like what Khasiar was saying. Build one tank, hide it, get 2 tanks, and then push it.
Normally I would say go for the upgrades and not another bunk, but Marauders, they're kind of like a special bunk where it gives you meat for your army, so I don't disagree with his decision to get Marauders there.
I think the only exposed. It's beyond, Kirto's first Marauder bunker down to the Marines, which would be kind of a more feed zone, and this one just seems pretty out of the group. And so I think it's easier to snipe from mid and everything, and from
it is risky.
Yeah, I think Sports is actually understanding now that his units are so far behind. There is no point. His units are pointless. There's no point trying to get back in the game with units. It's how do you help Kirto, and the only way you're going to do that is with tanks.
Yep.
Right.
Because Sofa and Cyrus can battle one-on-one. Sofa's rebuilt. He's got 4 bunks. He's got 5 bunks and 2 supply and a tank. He can take Cyrus one-on-one. And now it's up to Kirto to take on Bang, but he can't do that on his own without that tank. And if the tank was built, 5 minutes ago, we would have been at this spot a lot quicker. Because see, look, he has that Marauder bunk, but he was sitting back there for like 2 minutes. There's no point him going in because his units don't do anything. So there was no point in getting that the Marauder bunk.
Yeah, you could actually hurt him too, because sometimes Marauder bunks make you look bigger than you really are. They're really like threatening.
Yeah.
But look at Sofa King. Don't count him out yet. He has 3 SCVs, and he's pushing into Cyrus pretty hard right now.
He's bringing the tank.
Yep. Looks like
Yep.
Sports is pushing up on this tank here. BangBoogie's. Ooh.
Bang's getting tanked.
So I think the big thing to note here is if you're Kirto and Sports, do you kill off Bang?
I think so.
I think
but
so.
if Sofa sees that Bang is dead, Sofa and Cyrus will switch.
I don't think Sofa will switch. I think Sofa wants top right dead, and if he had to choose between the two right now, he'd rather go bottom right. In my opinion.
I'd agree with that.
This game brings out the worst in people.
It does, and I feel like once Bang is dead, it'll be a BM war between Cyrus and Sofa. Maybe not BM, but a lot of politicking going on.
All right, so if I was in Kirto's position right now and Sports, I would be focusing on taking out Cyrus and crippling him before killing Bang. Bang's not a threat, but the top right team overall is a threat.
Oh, wow.
We'll see what happens because it looks like Bang is out of the game. Is he going to switch?
The thing is now they have.
Why is Sofa doing this? Sofa is the one that's really aggressive, and his tank is just sitting out there.
So he calls a truce to Cyrus. This is why they should have killed Bang. Because the only reason Sofa said that is because he saw that Bang died, and he knows that Sofa knows that if Cyrus is on his own and Sofa's on his own, he's got more of a chance of winning against a 1v1 versus a 2v1.
Definitely, that mental warfare would have been a good idea to leave that last bunk. I agree.
Yeah,
that last Bang bunk. Yeah.
And there's no way that bottom right can take on these two. These two are way too strong.
Yeah, and it's 2 more tanks being built for Sofa.
But from Sofa's perspective, he probably feels like, okay, if we can kill him off nice and quick, and he's diagonal from Cyrus, maybe he is in an upper hand position compared to Cyrus, and you have to think he is. So maybe Cyrus will call a truce later on bottom right.
This tank is not building. There we go. It could have been done a little while ago. It was not building. If I was in Sports' position right now, I'd be asking for some minerals to get some splash damage, but it won't matter because one of these tanks is definitely dead.
Yeah.
I like how he unsieges just with the cannon there, so he doesn't kill the tank, but it still goes down. Repositioning, gonna siege up again. I mean, besides losing the tank, I thought that was a pretty cognizant move. Hey, let me unsiege the one behind so it doesn't splash kill my other.
Yeah. One thing I would say for Cyrus right now is that at this stage in the game, I would be murking those marine bunkers.
Definitely.
It's going to make a
100%.
big difference right now, especially against Sofa is not letting down. He drops a bunker, he will murk it straight away. Because you get the armor, you get the extra HP, plus you get the tougher units. You're definitely going to need it at this point.
I couldn't agree more. I went my Merc strategy again this game, and I did pretty well. In the beginning, at least.
Yeah, you started out great.
But Kirto's pretty strong. I was going to say, if Sports can hold off Sofa for a little while, that could be manageable, but Sofa's pushing right through Sports.
So, if you're Cyrus at this point, do you think that you can take Sofa without?
Probably not. That's why I think sooner or later Cyrus is going to ask Kirto to truce with him.
I mean, Sofa's got 6 tanks.
And then there's that.
I'm trying to think of this comment that Trigger put in the chat. He's saying, generally, if you are the higher score, you want more time, which I was thinking would be the opposite, personally. Unless I'm misunderstanding what he means by that. Oh, man.
Time to expand, he's suggesting, possibly?
Possibly. If you can hear us, Trigger, let us know what you meant by that. Because definitely a lot of people listen to what you have to say. Man, I like sports. Losing that last tank, that was rough.
I think around that time position is, no one's attacking Sofa right now. He's got the time to do what he needs to do. He's just building tank after tank after tank. Cyrus can't do anything here. And the thing is, Bang should be telling him right now,
That's
hey,
exactly what I'm
Sofa's
thinking.
got 2, 4, 5 tanks sitting at the bank.
6.
Bang's got to be telling him this.
He's got one of the Marauders too, and he's building a 7th. That's what I was wondering. Is it Bang telling him that? And if so, then Cyrus needs a switch soon. Or maybe he's waiting for Sports to die.
Yeah,
And if
because
he
he's
gets
not really
his bunker
pushing in.
kill off, Sports is going to be left on only one bunker. Oh, does it survive though? It's going to survive.
Sports lost his all his tanks. He's in a really bad position right now.
Yeah, at this point, as if I was Sports, all I'm trying to do is try to buy some time for Kirto. That's all I'm going to try to do right now. And unfortunately, I don't think his ups could even do much right now.
Another bunker going down for Sofa.
I've seen this mid tower a lot now, and it was always scary to put a mid in or a tower in mid because that was almost like a dead sure way to get the entire lobby to join, just to turn on you. But now, just the concept of, hey, this is just defensive tower, we're working towards a common goal. I see it more and more now.
In this case, I think it's 100% Sofa King. The last thing Sofa wants is Cyrus to turn.
Right.
Needs to keep going the way it is for Sofa.
Well, I'm curious to see what Cyrus has got planned. He's got 3K. There we go. He just dropped an SCV. So I think he's looking at an SCV play. He's got 2 SCVs right now. He's really got to switch onto Sofa. There's nothing he'll be able to do. Sofa's pretty good at his micro and playing his tanks. He won't lose them that easily.
No, he won't really.
I think Cyrus is just waiting for Sports to go down.
Actually,
Sofa's doing
a lot
really
of tanks.
Smart
Holy
Sofa's being
crap!
smart by not killing Sports.
Yeah, he has 7 tanks. And that's the thing is, I kills Sports, then Cyrus feels better going 1v with Kirto.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what Kirto should have done. He should have left Bang alive, crippled Cyrus, and then focused on Sofa.
Right.
And I think Trigger was saying kind of what you were alluding to. More time. He's saying more time equals more expansion for the score and more feed during that time. And if you have more score and more army, then you go for the win with it.
Yep. This Kirto bunk is maxed out structure upgrades, so took a while, but Sofa got it.
Yep. Kirto's sitting on 2 SCVs now.
Yeah. Sofa's just going to weaken both of them because I take Cyrus.
So this strategy that Sofa's doing is exactly what the Kirto move I was saying for Kirto to do. Leave Bang alive. Don't even worry about the bunker. Move around, cripple Kirto, and then switch when you need to. Because to get Sports to rebuild, he's got nothing really. He's only got 1 SCV, and his ups aren't even maxed yet. So he's not going to be a threat. You could just chuck a couple of turrets and he's fine. You can kill him with turrets if you need to.
Yep.
Looks like Cyrus is asking bottom right if they want a truce now.
It's too late.
It's too late.
Kirto's got 2 SCVs. He's sitting on 3 grand, so he can rebuild pretty quick. But
we have movement of the tanks.
Yeah, he's ready for
but you got
Cyrus.
3 minutes or so before the bunkers are built and murked before he's going to re-enter the battle. So far pushing tanks right now, he could definitely take out Cyrus. And Bang Ping's over here, looking at these tanks.
But if they switch right now, there's only 21 minutes left. Do you think they have time, or will this end up like a draw?
It would most likely go to a draw if they switch on Sofa. That is a good point.
Sofa could finish this. If Sofa just pushes tanks up, he's got 3 SCVs. He could hold the entirety of bottom right with those 3 SCVs.
You're right.
Needs some minerals.
Or at least base trade, and he'd be able to kill off Cyrus by the time they do any damage to him.
Kirto's building a tank.
Now that Cyrus has taken mid, though, Sofa needs to make a move.
If Kirto attacks Cyrus, that's gonna Oh,
Kirto
that's
doesn't like
bad.
the mid.
That's so bad, dude.
And here we have unmarked bunks, nice and soft for Sofa to kill.
Yep, exactly why you got to merc him up. It doesn't matter how much armor you got on him. Getting that extra 5. So in reality, I think 5 armor is 375 minerals. So you get that plus you get an extra 5,000 HP with the extra 5 armor. So when sitting on 6, currently his bunkers are at 6 armor, which is 750, I think 700 750 minerals to get to his 7th upgrade. He's better off just merking him.
Definitely.
I think
I would-
Soph could win this.
Yeah, a lot of inaction right
absolutely.
now. I think he needs to push on one and push on them hard, and then
Yep.
use
Yeah.
his tanks to cover the other. He's given them a lot of
Yeah.
time to refortify right now.
Exactly.
He needs to
Kirto-
take 3 tanks and push, and leave the rest to defend, fill a bunk, and go for it.
And there's 2 tanks down there from Kirto down bottom right.
Oh, that's a problem.
And I think he was just a bit too slow. I mean, he was dancing around a bit. He could have definitely pushed on Cyrus because his units aren't merked. He could have taken Cyrus easy.
Yep, tank mid now. That's gonna hurt. Oh wow.
Yeah, I think if he would have just moved a little bit faster, he would have been in a little bit better position. Looks like he could get most of Kirto's tanks. He'll probably end up losing this rod though.
But I think that's a trade. Lose the rod.
It's a good trade, and it
Definitely
eliminates a
good
lot
trade.
of the threat on that side. So he could actually just run into mid and take out that tank, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he got his money back from killing those 2 tanks anyway.
Sofa's 2 tanks over here are on siege.
Soph
so-
needs to push mid. He could easily take over that arm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think he sees what's going on around the map. I mean, he must think bottom right is bigger than they actually are because they are
Well-
not a threat to him.
Zeteo should be telling him
Yeah,
something.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I think if he dumps 4 tanks here and then lines up some turrets in front of him, he can hold that position permanently while pushing on Cyrus. He's got the unit supply. He's got 120 supply. Cyrus is on 95. They've probably got around the same amount of resupply.
Right.
Sofa loses a
and
tank.
Right there. He can get this tank if he pushes. Oh my gosh.
He's got to stutter into it because he's losing vision. And he gets it.
And that is Cyrus's only tank.
How much money does Cyrus have right now?
600. And Sofa sitting on 6k. So Sofa, he could definitely finish it. And 3 tanks up here. If he's focusing on Cyrus, he should move those 3 tanks down bottom right. Because it looks like he might even lose a tank to his own splash damage. Nope.
Yeah, I would have thought Sofa would be building a lot more, building up towards Cyrus, who's diag. He's got a lot of room, and he could push towards Cyrus as
And he needs to.
he attacks him.
He's got this other tank coming right now. If he's able to clear out that tank building, he can get his rods back easily.
Yep.
Yeah, Sofa's sitting on 5 SCVs right now. There's a tank coming in from Kirto. I think he's going to move some more tanks down. It's not enough
There's
down
only
there.
14 minutes left, so someone's got to give.
I am not a ref, by the way, so you all have to give any kind of thing. Oh my gosh, he could have saved the tank to survive with 1,200 points.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like Sofa's just making bottom right out to be too much of a threat, and it's kind of like holding him back in his base when, he has the ability to do this and move, but the more time he gives bottom right, the more of a threat they actually become.
Yep. Come on, guys. We cannot have the second game go to a draw. I just want to see somebody die.
It would be a
Seriously.
crazy draw.
It's going to piss me off.
Yeah,
Shame on you
but
pro
look,
players.
this shouldn't be a draw. I don't understand the hesitance here. When you're in that moment and you got to make a gut shot and listen to yourself and just go and do something. Don't just sit around. Being indecisive is going to cost you the game. And
now that Cyrus dumped half of his supply into those tanks right there, Sofa's got a lunge.
So In the chat, we got Trigger saying, "Hey, just finish off bottom right and expand like a madman."
Yeah,
Joe
yeah.
get it retorting saying, "Hey, it might get called out and might be killed off by Cyrus some of the time."
Yeah,
But nonetheless, he's got all these tanks. They're just doing nothing for him right now. Like, why
Sofa,
build the
yeah.
tanks if you're not going to do
If Sofa
anything?
wanted to, he could a bunch of turrets right in front of those tanks on bottom right, in front of his own, and then just go after Cyrus and push with those three on the left side and easily overrun mid.
Yep.
Within supply.
And that also goes on to what Trigger was saying about time. You want to buy time, and by buying time, you throw turrets on that right side,
Yeah.
to defend, and that
Yep.
buys you that 5 minutes you need to go and cripple Cyrus. And once Cyrus is crippled, then you can go finish off bottom right. Like, it's not, it's something that I've seen Sofa do in the past. I don't know why he's so hesitant this game.
Hey, he
And
can
right
call
now-
Maybe
Cyrus
Zeteo
mid.
is telling him. Maybe Zeteo is telling him bottom right's big just to play around with him.
Here's a tank push from Cyrus coming up on the north side for Sofa, and now Sofa's in a worse position than he was earlier.
Yeah.
He's playing this game. Maybe it's a good strategy that he's going defensive, but it's a strategy you do when there isn't a draw in 10 minutes. And you know what? It might cost him the game here.
Yeah, and
He's getting smaller and smaller.
He's contracting. He moved his tanks back. He didn't want to lose them. But I don't know why he doesn't realize bottom right is not actually doing anything to him right now. They're kind of just floating around there.
They killed off a couple of supply depots, but yeah, they're just feeding units to try and do splash damage.
Actually, Sofa killed his own supply depots.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that with Sports. He was just move commanding all around a supply depot to get the tank to snipe it. It was hilarious.
I'd say buy a nuke, and do something and go push. But now his supply is nowhere near what it used to be, so he has no supply depots anymore. Before he had 4 upgraded supply depots.
If
Yeah,
OJ,
he can't,
if
he,
OJ
he can't take
switches-
on Cyrus one-on-one anymore, and that's the reason why the time part was essential. You got to get in there, and he could have done that swap. Just take the risk.
Yep. Sofa also moved his tanks. He's positioned them too far behind his bunker, and that allowed Cyrus to take out that bunk. He could have made the wall closer, saved that bunk. He doesn't see Cyrus moving the tanks, but yep, Cyrus got the first shot off, and he's going to take a couple of these tanks out nice and quick.
Wow, if they
Is he out
actually
of range
push-
of the others? It is.
Oh, he gets one.
And that was just a target on the Marine rather than the tank, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe Sofa's trying to act like, oh, look, I'm small, don't kill me. Maybe that's the plan, but there's not enough time for this type of a turnaround in the game.
Yeah. I mean, he was saying it for a long time. He wasn't pushing on him because I think he was hoping that they would just switch on Cyrus. But I think, again, he probably thought Cyrus was stronger than he actually was because
He must have.
His units weren't murked. He could have easily taken Cyrus.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he thought that before, though, because he ran up and sniped one of those unmerked bunks. They're still not even merked. God, he had an opportunity to win this game nice and quick right up until a couple minutes ago. Now he's about to be down on 2 bunks. Or 3 bunks.
What's Kirto's thought right now? I mean, he's just not doing anything. He's just trying to make it out as a draw, or what?
Not sure.
That's gonna suck if it's a draw.
But then again, if Kirto is waiting for Cyrus to just about kill Sofa, he has to get himself in a spot where he can contend with Cyrus. So he might be waiting for that breaking point, or what he thinks it is. Looks like Sports is helping out.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're not committing either, so it's almost like they want another draw.
that's well. Then if they're not participating, I don't just
Looks like Kirto's AFK.
No, he's moving.
Well, they did get the draw last game, so 2 games, 2 draws for them. I think they're kind of happy with that. I would have hoped for a bit more kind of,
I tried to
competition
win,
there.
though. I tried. Gave it my all.
Let's get Marines.
see, but look,
that's
Kirto's
a
pulling all
scout.
these tanks.
Yep.
But man,
They could still go. They could kill bottom because Sofa's pulling all of his tanks.
Yeah, they only have 5 minutes left. I don't think they're gonna do anything.
They just need to kill one person, whoever it is. I
Well,
don't think
I
they're
don't
going to
know.
kill Sofa in 5 minutes. So
I think they can. They can kill Sofa by just running next to his
Oh,
bunks.
there goes a tank for
His
Cyrus.
tanks.
That might actually happen right now.
Yeah, if they just go run into the bunks, his tanks are gonna kill his own bunkers. So they just need to
So
do that.
Kirto scouted, and I guess he thinks he has a chance for Cyrus, and his score's close, but he doesn't have the tank count.
Too many
Northern
turrets
Mass.
and too many
hey,
tanks.
even if they lost, all you do is lose 1 point, man. Take the loss like a man.
And Cyrus throws down 4 bunks immediately. 5 bunks. If those bunks get up, then Kirto doesn't know what he's in for.
Yeah, look at this Reaper bunk here. It's gonna get a couple hits for that splash damage.
Yep.
They need
If
to
they had the
just start
speed, they
using
just
their
stream
tanks.
into it.
I don't know, guys. At this rate, I'm calling it as
It's
a
going to
draw.
be a draw. Yeah. Too much just sitting around.
Yeah, I'd say it would take 2 minutes of both Kirto and Cyrus and Sports all attacking Sofa to kill him off. Anything less than that, and it's a draw. That's what I think. And those bunks all just finished, so 5 more bunks, and that puts Cyrus on 2, 4, 6,
Cyrus
8,
should
9
just charge
bunks.
all these tanks. Here we go.
And there it
He just
is.
needs to- he doesn't even need to kill them off. I would be using the tanks to help me kill the bunks. But I guess he's got a couple tanks in the back there he can push forward with.
Wow, they have a chance right now. I mean, 2.5 minutes, but Kirto needs to push hard right now.
Yep. If Kirto pushes, they can do it, no problem. Cyrus
Yeah,
is
Cyrus needs to push those up.
Yep. Just put your army in,
just
move the tanks
remassing.
up, get a snipe.
But the thing is, right, if I was bottom right, I wouldn't be finishing Sofa off.
You
There
have
is no way they're going to win this game. And if they
they
push
don't
him
know
off,
about
then
those
they don't-
5 bunks, though.
Yeah, they don't
Cyrus
see
needs to push those tanks up to fight the turrets now.
Only 2 bunks left.
Yep. Cyrus calling one more bunker. I don't think he sees this other one.
Well, he probably plans on killing that one, so just 1 more bunk for them, for Kirto to kill. 1 more bunk for Kirto to kill, and Cyrus wins, most likely.
They need to target it.
Here we go.
They just need to stand right next to it. Just charge it.
Oh my god.
Sofa needs to
This is
watch
gonna be
this
so
replay.
Sofa's going to kill.
Sofa
Oh
should
my
just take his
God.
SCV and build a
Oh my
proxy.
god.
Yeah.
And there we go. All right, this is going to be a close battle. One team is slightly bigger than the
I'd be
other.
saying go after that tank that's moving along. But
They should have just. You know what? Like, it's nice to have a win, but
Yeah.
it's better to draw than lose, right?
Yes, yes. I just can't believe with Zeteo there, Sofa didn't do anything except
Right.
wait to be killed off.
I'm personally happy that they at least stuck to one person.
Right. Just
And
make
really-
a decision, go with it.
I don't feel bad. I don't think Sofa got cheated out of anything. I think he had his chance to win, and when he looks at the replay, he'll be like, "Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
I lost my window there."
Hey, what I thought would happened, and Cyrus asked Kirto to truce, and they did, and they killed Sofa, but Sofa missed chance.
Well,
GG.
I like Zeteo. I mean, I think he did a bad job quarterbacking.
Yeah.
He should have done a lot better job telling, Sofa what to do.
And we'll let Sofa watch this replay for himself and be the judge.
Yeah. Good game, y'all.
Good game, guys.
All right. So they're going to be queuing up for the match. Meanwhile, Cash, if you're trying to get in on this, I would definitely jump into the lobby and start your get ready to get in for the next one.
Yeah, I'll do a check-in. But yeah, are you gonna chuck up some highlights?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the highlights all queued up and ready to go right now, and then we will be rolling into that. Still a little bit manual of a process, unfortunately for me.
Yeah, I was wondering how you did that. It's a pretty cool feature.
Looks like I took quite a bit this time. Hopefully I wasn't spamming it. Anyway, guys, gonna roll on into some of the highlighted scenes that we saw. All right, we're watching the stream, so it might be a little bit delayed with you on what we're saying too. And yeah, this is queuing up the wrong videos. Hey, there you go. That's
Hey,
a problem.
you know,
Oh, is
Go
that
Get It
from the
made,
last game?
Yeah, that's the last game.
Go Get It made a very good point. He really liked it when whoever lost, they were jumping into the casting lounge, just so they could talk about their thoughts and stuff.
Yeah, it's good, and sometimes it's bad. Like when I lose, I just jump in just to listen, so I can listen and play. But obviously, the losers are going to be a bit biased on the gameplay, and sometimes they get a bit angry. So we want to make it enjoyable for people, and if we got people coming in and BMing and saying, "Oh, that was terrible play by this person. I can't believe they did that." Like, we just don't want that to happen. But besides that, if they want to come in and just talk, like, I don't think Fred and Lou said anything wrong there. So, yeah, it was good that they came in.
All right,
You know,
here comes up some of the highlights that we saw here.
this
And
game.
I had written orders down, but now I got them lost since I screwed it up. This looks like Zeteo losing a back bunker. Yep, Zeteo dies completely right there. So
It's a bit mean that we call that a highlight.
a recap. It was a recap.
It was a game changer, though, definitely.
You know, this game is very interesting. As your lane partner, you can't really have both of you guys doing well at the same time. Well, people will switch on you very, very quickly, right? So I think one of them has to be kind of just, in a sense, just being more of like a supportive role.
I'll be honest. I think a 6v1 is easier to hold than a 6v2. And the reason for that is you don't have to worry about your partner. You can make a decision to lose a bunk on one side if you need to and not feel bad about it, and that kind of stuff.
Hey guys, real fast.
6v1 is easier.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can you? Thanks for goodness. That's all I wanted to. Thank you very much. Sorry, guys.
This is Cyrus losing his tank.
All right.
So I think at this point, Sofa was in.
We would have come and cut him off. Orange
Cyrus, you'll need to roll it manually, okay?
Okay.
In last game, the only reason why Cyrus won was the last 5 minutes he started putting up all those bunkers and those supply depots, and he really got army together to really do some damage. Sofa.
Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, guys, they are queuing up for the next match right now, looking to get enough players in. Looks like we're waiting on one more player, and then we'll be rolling the games and jumping in that way.
Yeah, it's like 10 people in the lounge there.
You would think they'll be able to find at least one, right?
Yeah.
So,
Kaiser, did you put your name in the event?
Yeah. I should get a seat this time because I missed out first game. I didn't play second.
Well, we'll be cheering for you, brother. And don't worry, on stream, every move you do will be just, oh yeah, that's a perfect move, even though
Nah.
Oh, that was perfectly calculated.
Nah. I only play good when I've had a couple of drinks, but it's a bit early to start drinking here. I think now that we moved the game times, it's a bit different for me.
Where are you located from? Where are you located at?
Australia.
Oh, Australia.
yeah, it's actually Monday morning for you, right?
Yep, it's Christmas Eve. I got a couple of hours to go, and then I gotta go see the fam. But it's good because it's didn't have to go to work or anything. But generally, yeah, it's working day.
on Mondays.
Looks like they're having a little bit of a hard time finding this last player.
I'll just invite some people.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us on the stream right now, we got one more game that we're trying to get up in the queue. They're getting their 8th player loaded up as soon as that starts. We'll go into Game 3, Season 1. One thing we're looking into is to have next Sunday be the playoff matches. And how that's going to work, if you're just joining us in right now, is there's going to be a 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 of the 4 top players that we have for this season, and they're going to play a free-for-all. Now, the top point winner is guaranteed to advance, but the winner from that free-for-all is also going to advance, and they're going to then do a 1v1 together. And man, I think I explained that the most terrible way possible. So I don't know if you can do a little bit better, but that's what we're looking at.
Hey, I think I'm gonna jump in the lounge. I'm in case Cyrus is doing a roll call or something.
Yep, go for it.
It looks like we got 9 players now. EJK and Trigger just checked in.
All right. And guys, again, if you haven't checked out the website, go to zzleagues.com. You'll see the websites with everyone's stats there, organized by league, by season. We are also getting together an intermediate league. So if you have any interest in joining that intermediate league, jump on the Discord, number 1. Let us know, and we'll get it. As soon as we got it, we'll probably finalize the time. I think right now it's set for 2 p.m. Central Times on Sundays, but that time's debatable once we get all the members on there. Looking at the rankings right now that you should see up on the screen in just a second. We got Trigger for Season 1, first place. So far, 24 points, followed by Groot, 9 points. Groot has been AFK for quite a few of the last matches, so more than likely, if he does not make it back, he will be bumped. We got Fred followed up, and then Adam in that 4th team slot position. So those 4 players, whichever way, or going down towards Oblivion, will advance to that 1v1v1 free-for-all. Trigger is guaranteed a spot. However, if Trigger wins that game, he is going to be automatically the season winner. If he does not win the free-for-all, the winner from that free-for-all and Trigger will go at it in a 1v1 match right away after that. Looks like we do got some teams rolling.
Oh, how interesting. It looks like Sofa and Zeteo is going to be teaming up again.
Really? That is interesting. Did Cyrus not check in is the question.
Just not going to play, but...
Cyrus, are you not playing?
Yeah, I'm sitting this one out.
Okay, just want to make sure. All right, yeah, Cyrus has decided to check out. I was thinking that my bot died there all of a sudden, but no, that is not the case. The case is Cyrus is going to sit this one out. So we got completely new teams for the most part, except for Sofa and Zeteo, which just happened to roll in together there.
That's cool. Is Cyrus going to be joining the casting?
Yeah, I'd imagine he's definitely going to join us on the cast. That's my assumption, at least. I hope he does. He's got a lot of insights that we can get.
Yeah, we could probably ask him how come he never murked those Marine bunks over late game.
All right, so looking at the match, we got the match coming up. We got Khasiar and Bang as a team. We got EJK and Time Traveler, also known as Fred. We have LewsTherin and Kirto, and then Sofa and Zeteo following in there. And you know what? I just realized I am not in the lobby. They can't start the game without me,
Yeah.
or if they do,
Yeah.
that's a problem. So,
There you go.
kind of hard to stream a game if you're not in the lobby of the game that you're streaming, right? So
Exactly. But look, Draconis, we all appreciate everything you do for this whole stream and, the game itself. So thank you for putting all the time and effort into this.
hey, no problem. Glad to be it. Glad everyone's having fun with it. Glad to see the community grow because I like playing the game too. And, I'm a little bittersweet sad inside because at one point, it everyone's harder to play against now. I go into lobbies and I get stomped on in a regular basis. Even these up and coming players, man. I think they're watching. They're getting some coaching in. We just had Jeremy Clemens get coached by Adam in Sports all at once. Two really good players. I'm sorry, Adam in Oblivion. My apologies. So this new player got in and got some pro level players to do some 1v1s with them, play in games with them, and then do replay analysis. All right, guys, we're going to be jumping into the game. Game 3 underway right now. Let's see how it happens.
So, Draconis, who do you think has a bigger advantage? Which team do you prefer right now?
Ooh, so, top left, Khasiar and Bang. I say Cash is pretty solid. Bang has been doing really good, so I'm going to be looking at that team. Top right, Kirto's been having a good one, but Luz has been struggling just a little bit on these 3 games. Meanwhile, bottom right, EJK and Fred. That's an interesting one in the sense that EJK is really, really strong. Fred is that wild card. So if I had to guess, it would be bottom right or bottom left. Just the fact that they're, we got Sofa laning EJK though, I think it's going to negate it a little bit. But those would be my 2 favorite teams jumping into it right now.
So now, if you're laning against Fred, is there a different type of strategy that you would play against him, knowing that he doesn't nuke early and he always kind of murk his marine bunker first?
Yeah, I think I would hold my nuke a little bit more and try to wait for him to murk. And as soon as he murks, just shut down those early murks with a nuke right there. I think that would be what my strategy is on Fred.
Wow, Fred just got cut off by Sofa and completely lost his whole army.
Yeah.
I think Zeteo typing that kind of made him lose his whole army too.
Yes.
Not sure if it was worth it.
Pro advice, make sure you're watching the game instead of typing. I do that too, where I'm like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And then meanwhile, something really terrible happens to me.
Yeah, people don't realize, I mean, this is actually a very small map, considering, how many people are and how many units are on this map.
Alrighty here. Well, so far a little bit slow. We got Sofa going in first place with 500 points. Khasiar in second place with 440 points. If you guys just joined us, Khasiar was one of our casters that you heard on the second game. He is playing the map. He is his favorite color, orange, right now. So I'm sure he'll appreciate some people cheering for him.
And look at Khasiar's ups. Very interesting. 6 speed, but 1113.
That is pretty interesting. He's going for some mobility play here. And look at this, how he's kind of splitting this army on middle. Maybe help with BangBoogie. But no. Ooh, instead, he's got just 2 different engagements going. And I think he was going to be the loser in both those engagements if his Zeteo didn't pull back. Wow.
And it looks like Lewis just dropped a nuke onto BangBoogie.
Yeah, and look at Luz. Luz is going to heavy speed option 2. I wonder if he meant to do it. He's 7 speed right now. What that means is even though he nuked off a BangBoogie, he doesn't really have any kind of chance to get a quicker bunker to him. Meanwhile, BangBoogie is going to really slow strategy. He's got 4 speed, but higher attacks. Lewis can't really match that attack now without significantly delaying himself.
I actually like that strategy though. Once your lane nukes you, I would start upping my ups just so I could take better fights. Since anyways, I'm not worried about him taking out my army again with the nuke.
Yep. So this
looks like Fred and I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Nope, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say looks like bottom right's having a very tough time right now. The game just cornered.
Yeah, and I thought bottom right would be one of the ones that are showing a little bit stronger, but yeah, even EJK down there towards the bottom of the leaderboard with that nuke that Sofa just laid down. Sofa is now at the top. Going with the standard 2-2-2-2-5 strategy from Sofa. EJK mirroring the same thing, just 1 extra into region. Pretty standard game so far. Zeteo's got his SCV up there, just trying to maybe scare Khasiar back, but he's not taking the bait.
I think Zeteo kind of freestyles every single game. Every game I see him play, his ups are just completely different. Now he has 0 range, but 6 speed, 2 armor, and 3 attack.
It's called button mashing. That's what's going on here. Looks like we got a bit of a nice push here from bottom right. They might catch this nuke from Zeteo. They were able to split in time. SCV snipe does go down. I'm just kind of wondering what their end goal was to that. Are they just trying to push Sofa back? It almost looked like they were going for a power play, but too early for that. Wow, look at Kirto's ups. 3 armor, 5 attack, 3 range, 3 regen, 4 speed. I'm sorry. 6 speed. And he is top of the leaderboard. So we got 12 people on our stream watching right now. I guess the question is it working out for him? He's able to get a bunker off. How is he able to get a bunker off is the question. 1,700? Yeah, no, that's a legitimate bunker. Did he get lucky this time, you guys think, in the stream chat? Or is this a viable build to go with the hopes that you're going to be able to feed up effectively to get that first bunker out on the field?
Oh, I'm hurting for Kaiser right now. He's just having a tough time getting his bunker up.
Yeah, he keeps getting his SCV sniped.
Bank still
Meanwhile,
has his
look
nuke,
at Zeteo.
so...
He has bumped his range and attack considerably, just trying to abuse this position that Cash is in right now. Kirto to the rescue, though. I don't know if he even realizes. Will it be enough for him to get it off? I don't know. He's going for the SCV snipe. He gets the SCV snipe. Bunker goes down. I'm sorry. Nuke goes down on LewsTherin, meanwhile.
Oh, look at that bunker. There you go. Kaiser finally got his bunker down.
Where does that put Mr. Zeteo right now on the board? 2,100. He was able to definitely feed off quite a bit there. Khasiar, though, still not that far behind, all things considered. Meanwhile, the pressure is now on Lew's bunker here. It's almost done. And it looks like Zeteo's going to repay the favor back from Kirto there. Or help him out.
I think the early game kind of dictates the play a lot, like which lane we'll be fighting. So far, we've been seeing almost every single lane helping their partners out. So it's been 2-on-2 most of the time. Like look at bottom right now.
Yep.
Fred looks like he has enough minerals to get his bunker. Wonder if he's gonna get it right now or he's gonna wait for a little bit more. Oh, there it is.
Not too many big pushes or power plays yet. Just basically all the teams looking to get some that nice feed on each other. Top of the leaderboards, we got Kirto sitting at 3760. So I was asking, did it pay off for him? The answer seems to be yes so far. Zeteo going into the second place position, now dropping into third with 3150. SofaKing right there behind him, and then Cash not too far up, 2700. The only ones that are having a pretty darn hard time this time around is LewsTherin, which is top right purple, and then BangBoogie, which is top left brown. Interesting enough, they're each other's lanes, so I wonder if they're just doing the dance. They're not taking trades. I haven't been watching too much on them. Have you noticed any of their play style there, Peter?
They're kind of just dancing around, but it's very tough for them because every time they're trying to take fights, their partner comes and helps the other one, so they have to end up pulling back. But with Khasiar right now, it seems like he's finally stabilized and he's been able to take a lot of fights with Zeteo, which is good to see. But I think Zeto's his ups are getting even higher with his range. So top left is actually being pushed pretty hard right now, and they're having a tough time.
All right. Yep. I do think they need to start trading a little bit more. Brown and purple just need to start fighting each other, building up. I think they're being a little bit too meticulous about doing the right engagement inside their shields. Go to the neutral territory, engage here. Don't be in a shield. Just do some trades, get some points up.
Exactly. And honestly, if you don't trade, you're going to end up losing the game anyways because you're not going to get any farm for later stages.
Yeah, I think they're very behind some of the leaders right now. So if they start trading with any of their leaders as a partner, it's trouble for them.
Yeah, you know what I've been seeing lately? It seems like people are putting a big emphasis on the shield tower, which is correct, but now it just gives people more of an incentive to fight, and turtle up instead of pushing and feeding. And I don't know how I really feel about that. I really don't like how it's been kind of changing to that style.
Yeah, it's kind of like a barrier, right? And then an anti-pattern almost, so to speak, where, hey, yeah, this guy's not going to engage with me ever now because every fight I want to take in my shield tower.
And there's always been that saying that if you guys don't fight, just turtle, then you're going to end up losing anyway. So I think they need to really just explore and move out of their base a lot more. And it looks like LewsTherin is the first one getting rods up, and he should be able to get it up with no problem. Now with that rod for LewsTherin, that's going to kind of change the gameplay a lot more for top left now. So with Lewis, I think I would start upping my armor even more, and then start taking fights even against their shield tower.
Yep. And Bang's trying to counter it with a rotted bunker of his own here, but it looks like it's going to get canceled. They got both teams pushing in hard. Kirto, one of the scoreboard leaders, he's just making quick work at Cash there as he went, and that bunker does get canceled.
Great play by Kirto.
And Kirto now going down to Fred. He's got Fred's bunker cut off. If anything, he'll force the nuke from Fred here. Oh man, too bad top left is just doubling on purple right now. Otherwise, purple can drop down and really help. They would be able to secure this bunker off of Fred. It still looks like it could happen right now. Kirto's attack at 10, and he does force Fred to use his nuke.
And that's very tough on Fred too. Did you see him drop off that turret and then getting a snipe down like in like less than 3 seconds? Now, so instead of wasting his nuke, he also wasted 250 gold minerals.
But I'm glad that he pulled the trigger on it. It's allowing him to help out EJK a lot to get this other bunker secured. Meanwhile, you know, if he was still there, Sofa might have been able to deny this bunker from EJK. Game's kind of gone into a 2v2 type format with top versus bottom right now. Zeteo still poking around middle a little bit with Kirto being some of the top score leaders. But man, Kirto is getting huge. He's 7,500 points now. And Cash and Bang are just pushing on LewsTherin hard. And how the tables turn.
Man, Fred just lost his whole army by cut off by Zeteo. Good move by Zeteo.
$23 into the game. Any of your predictions change?
No, I'm actually very impressed with top right. Kirto and Lewis. Once Lewis got his rod bunks up, it seems like the dynamic of the game changed a lot. He's more able to take fights outside of his base and been doing pretty well ever since then.
Yep. One thing I'll notice, bottom left, man, it feels like they got a lot of map controls. Zeteo's just like everywhere. He did lose his whole army right there, but just the fact that he was able to get that far over says something.
And what's very interesting is I like that sensor tower placement. He could kind of allows him to kind of move around, roam around a lot more, and not have to just stay in his lane.
Absolutely.
And if I was Khasiar, I would try to snipe that down as soon as possible. Oh, look at Sofa. He's trying to snipe out. Never mind. Backed up.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to get that. They were pinging like they wanted to, but you got EJK holding on to his nuke still.
Oh, they could now. EJK will need
EJK's
that
going to
nuke.
nuke it, without a doubt. There's the nuke. Huge nuke. But again, I don't know why they were pushing, unless they were really just trying to bait the nuke. They had to know that they were not going to get that.
Yeah, and look, while they were fighting down there, Khasiar did what we were hoping he did, taking out that center tower. And
Here they come. Oh, man. It looks like they just want to add a lot of pressure with that bunk. Now, if they're able to double EJK again, now it could legitimately go down. No nuke on the field for them. But Cash is not going to let that happen.
I wonder if Zeteo could save that bunker. Yeah,
Little bit of a scoreboard check. We got Kirto now, 11-8, almost 12,000 points. The only one close to him is EJK and Sofa at 8,000 points apiece. So Kirto is very quickly starting to become a huge problem. here and look at what the extra supply depots that he has going on right now.
Yeah, that's a very interesting placement for those supply depots. Would you have put it one square behind to be a little bit more safer, or?
Yeah, personally,
what's
I
your
would
thoughts?
have. I think he was lining up to go Marauders first, but to be honest, I don't know why he put him there.
But
Curious if you guys
actually,
have if you have a suggestion in the chat why Kirto would elect to put his supply depots there. Let us know.
in a sense, if I was Kirto, I wouldn't be too worried too. If you're just completely wrecking your lane like Fred can't even push out. So in a sense, if you put it there, unless you start getting double teamed, it's fairly safe.
Kirto's just dancing, doing the feed, but man, he's trading a lot to Fred to do this. I don't know if I like it.
Oh, see, he'll try and farm for his rod bunk.
Yep. And this will complete it. So asking the chat, Otacon piped in, just saying, hey, yeah, he's definitely not feeling scared from his lane right now. He feels he has a lot of map control on it. So I guess you can say, to quote Sofa, situational in that case. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, Zeteo
We just missed it, but Zeteo just lost that bunker. Bad streamer, Derek. So.
Now I'm getting a little bit worried for Khasiar. It seems like his ups is not as strong as any other out there.
Yeah, and he's dropped to pretty far down on the leaderboard too. In the 7,000 range, you got the leaders in the 10,000, 15,000 range, and it's going to be tough for them.
He was doing very well. He was all high and ups. I don't know what happened. Maybe he wasn't getting enough farm.
They got a push here going against BangBoogie. That bunker is going to be very, very close to going down.
Wow, so close.
I thought it was going to save there for a second. They are able to get the snipe on BangBoogie. BangBoogie now on just one bunker, and we got Khasiar on 3 bunkers itself.
And that's really going to hurt BangBoogie because Lewis has the rods, right? The Merc rods, and losing that Marine bunk, which is a Merc Marine bunk, that's really not going to allow him to trade well anymore. Just with Reapers.
Yeah, top right's looking pretty scary at this point. Even Luz has come back. He's middle of the leaderboard, 10,000. He's basically almost second place. Only by 1,000 points is he off.
Yeah, we're probably going to see a switch very, very shortly. They can't let top right get out of hand, and right now it seems like that's what they're doing right now.
Looks like they're very content on denying Fred his poor bunker there.
Wow, EJK just almost stemmed his whole army to death.
Probably meant to upgrade Steam.
Yeah, there you go.
Speed.
He just threw 5 health regen onto his army.
"30 minutes into the game now, all players on the field. And I feel like Kirto is losing. I mean, he's at 18,000, so not to say anything bad on Kirto, but it almost felt like he lost a little bit of the momentum there. Upgrade sitting at 11, 15, 15, 16, going against EJK 7, 12, 16, 9, and Fred was 6, 11, 11. I don't know if he's pacing himself or just not taking as many trades. He's been dancing around the map quite a bit, though.
Sofa kind of plays very similar to Trigger. He kind of just dances around, roams around, find feed wherever he can, and I really respect that play. I like how Trigger put it. He don't believe in staying into one lane. He kind of just walks around, looks for his opportunity to feed. And bottom left, on bottom right, it's not going to get up his EJK is not going to get up his rod bunks.
LewsTherin's bunker's in trouble. They're making a push on this one too. Khasiar and BangBoogie might be able to get it. It's going to be really close though. I don't know. Wow, they are able to save it a lot. That's going to definitely help out LewsTherin, giving them some extra feed there.
Now it's interesting. Bang decided to go this tank thing, and I'm not sure if that's a great idea. He doesn't have any units to kind of push away Lewis, so he will really be dependent on Khasiar to protect him.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to lock Khasiar in there. So we're going to probably see the 2v2 from top versus bottom now, and probably see that right out for a while. EJK now trying for this rod too, just seeing if he'll have a little bit better luck than Fred.
Yeah, that's tough. Not with Kirto and Sofa there at the same time. Oh, that's another cancel bunk for EJK.
Yeah, bottom right is just not able to secure these rods. Meanwhile, everybody else has just about got them. Top left is right there, almost close to getting them too.
If Khasiar could get up that rod bunk, that would be huge for the team. But we'll see if Sofa comes up top and help him snipe it down, or at least cancel. Looking at the scoreboard, holy smokes! Kirto's at 27,500. He's almost 10,000 above his own teammate. So top right is the top 1 and 2 right now, and I wonder why no one's calling out the scoreboard and telling people to switch yet.
Yeah, it looks like Khasiar and them are stuck on him, but they're just feeding at this point. Oh, well, there you go, right there. So EJK, hey, truce. Let's get top right. Meanwhile, top right is all over him.
And look at what EJK said. He said, "Nope, no truce."
Oh man, and Cash gets his Marauder bunk
Ouch.
just to lose it.
Ouch. And then I would think Bang's tank did a lot of damage to that rod bunk too.
Meanwhile, we got a tank going from top right, but it looks like they're hiding it. And Kirto is going with the bunker approach. He's just going with mass. But going mass this early in the game, we've seen it time and time again, where you just get cut down anyway. But his upgrades are at 2020, so I guess now is the time you go for mass.
You know, Kirto's a very good player, very, very good. It just seems like he can't ever finish out a game because he gets so big so fast that he forces people to start, ganging up on him. It'll be huge if he could take out Fred right now. That's one less person to worry about.
It's not even sniping the SCV. Snipe that SCV.
There you go.
Bottom right, going to be the first one that gets deleted out of this match right now.
GG, Fred. Tough game, man. It seems like bottom right was just pinned into the corner the whole game. They have no opportunity to roam out or whatsoever.
Meanwhile, it looks like EJK is going to lose a bunker at the same time here. Oh.
And I wonder why Zeteo and Sofa is trying to, I guess, better them take the bunk money, right?
Yeah, maybe, but I think Kirto got that. Can't confirm completely. But EJK leaves the game, so top or bottom right is now just completely gone. They're dead. Kirto's already expanded in there. This is going to be tough. This is going to be very, very tough.
Top left and bottom left need to truce right now and try to fight 4-on-2. And even with that, it's going to be very hard. Lewis already has 2 tanks. Hey, Fred.
Hey,
good game, man.
Tough game there. We were a little surprised that no one really teamed up on top right there itself.
Would you be surprised if Sofa would team with not on his own terms, though?
That's true. But one thing you guys didn't see because you were still alive in the game was Sofa and them actually went up and they clipped Khasiar's Marauder bunker.
I knew that was going on. That's why the status quo wasn't working, and that's why I went to snipe some of Sofa's buildings.
I know Bang and Cass had a hard time early on because, like, I look away. It wasn't me engaging Kirto. I look away, and all of a sudden, Kirto is so far ahead. And I'm like, crap, what happened?
Yeah. Well, it was very tough for you guys. You guys were pinned into a corner the whole game. You guys didn't have any chance to kind of roam around or nothing like that.
That was really just me versus Sofa, and I knew that going in. I told Fred that first thing, so I think what I would have done differently is use my nuke earlier to gain a laning advantage so that I could roam around faster. That might have been the smarter move.
Yeah.
What a crazy last game. Like,
seriously.
I thought it was going to be another hour and a half type game.
No, man. When I play, we don't play those games.
All or nothing.
That was something that we were talking about, me and Drac was talking about earlier. It seems like the new meta, people just putting up a shield tower and just hiding behind it, and it's kind of just kill the game a little bit.
It does. I think that only happens when it's so evenly matched that you need the shield tower for the bigger advantage. But I guess the game's over, so we can go into the lounge.
Yeah, game's over. Looking at some of the highlights right now from the last match, if you are on the Twitch stream, some of the big moments that we caught on there. And again, I got to get a lot better at orchestrating and organizing these things. But right here, top left, just able to get this bunker. Get the bunker canceled here from top right. Huge early push that they got in on there.
What a funny game this 3 games was. The first one was a draw, second one was almost a draw, and third one just complete destroy. So very, very interesting how it worked out.
In this clip, they're really pushing bottom right here. They're pushing EJK's bunker. They knew he had a nuke. I'm not still sure if they were just baiting the nuke in that case or what, but EJK was able to get a huge nuke off in that case.
Drac, it's been really fun casting with you guys, man. And thank you for allowing me to watch and spectate and also cast along with you. I'm gonna head over to the lobby and see what's going on. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Peter. So, guys, that was the last game of the night for us. What we'll be doing is we'll be coming back next Sunday for those playoff tournaments. So join us again next Sunday, 4 p.m. Central Time. Again, you can check out our website at zcleagues.com. On the website, you got all our different player stats. You got the link to join the Discord. We're getting together some community resources. Check us out. Let us know what you think. And we'll be seeing you guys next week. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.